Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cult of Azathoth.
Azathoth.
Azathoth. Yeah, it's a great name. Episode 4. This is episode 4. My background might look different. Kudos on recognizing that because it is different. I am in Korea, so if there's everything different, which pretty much there is,
If there's everything different.
then just blame that. So the Maynarde's box is like way up there, and everyone's Zoom thing is showing, but that's whatever. We're also not going to be using our usual fantasy grounds. We're using Roll20 because someone forgot to export that campaign. I mean, I'm not going to say who though.
Not gonna point fingers.
Maynarde.
Nah,
Yeah.
no,
Shit,
it's
dude.
fine.
It's trying to get away with it. The perfect crime.
So yeah, hopefully it still works okay. Luckily, this is still mostly a theater of the mind campaign. So you guys will just continue doing all your crazy antics and make up for whatever is absolutely terrible on the dice rolling front. So, where do we leave off? 2 weeks ago, we had episode 3, where we found out that Avocado is straight up boss. Basically, she befriended everyone.
Winning.
God.
Yeah. At the party that they all went to try and find this guy named Orville Gibson, who is the person
Oh, where's my piece of paper?
who is the person that was paying Carbuncle, the artist, to continue painting and sculpting all these really weird things. They go to the party at the Bradleys' house, and successfully infiltrate, impersonating guards and someone wearing a potato sack. That somehow went okay. And
Those
met
rolls there.
2 people, well, 3 people actually. You met 3 people. You met Orville Gibson, so mission accomplished. And you met Amanda. And
Amanda
then you
Phillips.
also met an investigator.
My best friend.
Or a,
Jimmy Meadows, according
yeah,
to my
journalist.
piece of paper here. Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Meadows. This is
So,
Jimmy.
This is Jamie. So, as you were talking and you made appointments with both Amanda and Orville to meet with them tomorrow, you then decided to go up to a secret, secluded area, talk more to Amanda, and then leave without investigating the mansion. As you were leaving, the cultists showed up. 4 cultists showed up and barred your path from leaving. You quickly dispatched them and a monster that came from who only knows where. The depths, but in terms of where they came from to you, not really sure. Pretty quickly, pretty painlessly. Unfortunately, the avocado was squished in the making of that fight. That was pretty
A
much...
little bit.
Yeah, the
Still
only
good.
bad thing that happened. Yeah. And what we learned is that you guys are pretty cool. You guys actually really killed that thing really fast. That's what we learned.
We also killed cultists.
Thanks, Avocado.
Yeah, you killed 4 cultists.
What we learned
well,
is that
actually,
Livibee
to
is
be-
literally incapable of a bad roll.
that too. But to
Don't
be
jinx me, Robbie.
exact, you
Try.
guys killed 3 cultists, and then you managed to knock out a 4th to
That's right.
whatchamacallit, interrogate him. There we go.
Yeah, we
Interrogate
knocked
them.
one out to interrogate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we also talked at the end of our last stream that we should be tallying up experience.
That's true as well.
Oh yeah.
Every time you
Um,
guys do a skill and you successfully pass it, you should tally it. You should put just a note next to it.
Unfortunately,
Literally,
we've done a
like,
lot of that, so it's hard to track. But as far as killing things goes, I know what I've killed. So I
That's
don't.
good.
But that's Dungeons and Dragons rules. That's not. Yeah, you don't get experience. Like this is like Skyrim style, where you do a thing, and if you're good at, if you pass, you get like a bonus.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, eventually you do get upped in that, which we'll get to at the end of campaigns, end of sessions, rather. I mean, it should influence your next mission. But did we do that? No. No, we did not. So that's where we're currently at. We'll have to do that for surezies this time. Okay, that bought me enough time to actually try and fix some of these things when everything gets fixed. Super cool. Now we enter into the scene. You guys have just killed 3 cultists as well as some type of monster thing, and you have a 4th cultist passed out, actually. I believe he was unconscious as you guys knocked him out. And Avocado weeps for her little smushed avocado.
Yeah.
That was very
Which is
sad.
still apparently technically functional as a weapon.
It's still good, guys.
Still has the seed in it, I guess, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's where we left off. Now, you guys, while you're deliberating about what to do, there's a small crowd behind you that they ran, but then they saw that everything was okay. So some of them started to kind of like come back from the kitchen, for instance, which is where most of them ran to, the back way that you guys came in. Bradley, the son Bradley, Clayton or something like that, is come back as well because, well, he wants to know exactly what happened in his house. But what's more important is you hear sirens? Maybe. It's the 1920s. Who actually knows? Yeah, you hear the police coming. Of course, they reacted to the screams that happened at this party and are already on their way. You guys can now decide what to do.
It's the fuzz. Cheese it.
Yeah, man. Get out of here.
Choose
We just killed people. We need to get out of here.
Well, no, we were bodyguards.
We gotta take. Yeah, but we killed people. They're gonna ask questions.
Yeah, we're not from
But I
around
mean, they
this
didn't have
neighborhood.
invitations.
What if they
Nobody
take our
said you
cultists
didn't
away
see.
from us?
What if they take our cultists? What is that? What you said?
We have a cultist.
Yeah, you guys
Check
knocked
your
one out.
inventory. You have 1 times cultist. We knocked him out.
Let's bounce. But there's
Back
people around us, right? That we have to explain this to.
Yeah.
Are we stuck?
You're a little stuck.
So we shoot the people and then leave.
Oh God.
All right, so we blew our way through the we blew our way through the police. All right,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
reload. So does Robbie.
Okay. All right.
Avocado said.
This is how it's definitely supposed to go. So from the back, through the crowd, come a couple of police officers who have come through the back. That was literally their job. And then from the front, up the grand steps and into the corridor where there are 3 cultists currently dead at the entrance, because that's where you killed them. You killed them pretty fast. Well, I guess 2 are at the entrance, and then 1 is kind of away because he had chased after Livibee. But point is, like, there's a mess inside the entranceway. So the first thing that you see is a old grizzled cop, maybe in his 40s, still, healthy, but obviously he's got a bit of a beer belly. But he's definitely in charge. You get that impression immediately because he has 2 guards, police officers following behind. He walks up to you, the scene actually, and looks around and says, "Does someone want to tell me what's going on here?" He says it with authority, and he looks at everyone in their eyes.
Kind of
All of you.
cower behind Amos.
Officer, these men attacked us. We're just party goers here. We're not sure what happened. It was all self-defense. I promise.
Roll a charm. Or persuade.
Oh.
Jamming it. All right, where's my... how do I do this in Roll20? I normally drag and drop now, so I have to roll a
We've
backslash
become
roll.
a certain lifestyle.
So in
There's
the,
a
character sheet.
well, you
No,
might be
you
able to do it
can
from a character sheet. Hold on, let me try this. No, you can't do it from a character sheet.
You
Get out
can
of
do
here.
it from character sheet.
Yes, you can. You're right.
Character sheet, attributes and abilities. Oh my god, you're so right, Robbie.
We didn't learn what the green or red,
Oh, man.
like
You can do it from
purple one.
character
I
sheet.
can roll for sex. Nice.
Hey.
All right, there it is. Okay.
Is it? Though?
I found the charm ability. Like I have the 55. How do I
Right.
roll?
On the right hand side of it, there should be the 2 dice.
I imagine you just rolled a button. I was right. That's exactly what you did. You just click on it. And it pops
Did I
up
do
in the
that?
Chat.
No,
Did you?
No.
like I can click on it and I'm rolling it.
Yeah.
Hold up.
It's the
Hold
purple
up,
dice
hold
or the green dice.
It should be available to all of
I
you
don't
as
see these
well.
purple dice. I don't see these green dice either. Oh, never mind. I was on the wrong part. Okay. All right. purple dice is or green? Which one am I going for?
We didn't
The
figure
green
that
one.
one out last time we tried this. Okay.
Fuck, man.
Unfortunately, you rolled
Push it.
extremely
You can
high.
push it.
I'm pushing it.
Terrible. Oh, okay. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I've never
It's
been-
only to 55, right?
DG, I have never been more sure of anything in my entire life.
Other than how many big
I'm
bags.
pushing this.
Okay.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
You can't see this chat. It's not on the screen, but I rolled above 90 twice.
Yeah.
Which is
90 and
Insanely
92.
insanely horrible luck.
Okay, so
Like,
we shoot them?
God no.
No, this is horrible. I'm gonna have to intervene. Oh, give us the worst zombie.
Get in there, Livy. Hang on, I
Uh,
have to take a penalty. I pushed the roll, so
Yes, you do. So, I mean, there's no way I can like injure you for this, but I know what I can do.
you failed to be charming so much that it hurts you on the inside. Lose one.
Take a point to sanity.
You cringe so hard that you lose a vital organ.
Oh my
Yes, well, something along those lines. So you
Oh my
say
God.
your nice, smooth, thing that you just said, exactly in that deep, gruff Arkansas voice. And then, as the police chief continues to just stare at you in particular, and he's like kind of an intimidating guy. He's old, but you get the feeling that maybe he was like a boxer or something when he was younger.
Mhm.
You, for some reason, I mean, it doesn't usually happen to you. I swear this never happens. You kind of crack under
Maybe
the pressure.
this never happens. I must be tired.
You kind of like start to shift your gaze a little bit, and you clear your throat, and then you start to kind of just start to mutter, like, yeah, well, it's there's some real bad guys, officer, and well, it's I mean, really, it was the other guy. And you start to look down, and you
Yeah.
are so disappointed in yourself that you do lose a sanity.
Lost the sanity point.
I fail this interaction with another human being so bad that I get a little bit more insane.
So 5 minutes in, we're already failing our first
Yeah,
round.
no, this is great. Great content.
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
Where's my senator?
Yeah,
Looking for it.
I think
And-
that part wasn't filled out, right? Because
it just has the usual max sanity because I couldn't check what the actual sanity
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you guys was. So just put 98, and we'll just hope to remember that means you had a -1.
My
and put it
sanity
on
is
your
pretty good still.
character sheet.
All right, I'll put
Well, the
I'll
only
put
person who
98.
lost sanity before this, I believe, was feardragon.
I was down like 20
Yeah.
to 30
And
sanity.
you were,
somewhere in that range.
yeah.
You didn't start off with a lot of sanity. Was also the problem. So
Yeah.
yeah, the rest of you should be like kind of okay regardless.
I don't
So-
understand. I was such a normal, sane person. Like, I really should have had
Yeah.
pretty high sanity.
Sure.
Should you? Okay.
I'm gonna have to pop out behind Amos and take the lead here on this conversation.
Okay, please do.
I'm gonna have to go to Officer Popo.
Officer Popo.
The Popo, the 5-0.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
Nice,
know what's
nice, nice,
happening.
nice.
And just reassure him that it was purely self-defense. Listen, officer, these scary men came up to us and they looked threatening, and their skin didn't look the greatest. They probably need a little bit of moisturizer, I think. And for that reason, we just thought we would defend ourselves because they were coming at us menacingly and wanting to rip our flesh off. So naturally, I had to throw my avocado because all ad. And really, who's the real victim here? Because I actually took a bruising to my avocado, which is just absolutely devastating. Do you understand how much this thing means to me? Look at it now.
Wow, what a journey this conversation was.
That certainly was. Roll your own persuade or charm.
All right, let's do this. Do I put it in the chat box or on the board?
So in the top right, there's the journal button. And if you
Oh
click
yeah, no,
on that,
I got my skill sheet up.
oh, okay. Then you just, you hit the,
Oh, you just hit it?
either the green
Oh.
dice or the purple dice, yeah. Critical. I'm done. I'm done.
How did you hack Roll20 as well as
Yeah, what the hell?
the other one? that I've forgotten the name of already.
Fantasy Grounds. I 100% was like
How did
thinking.
you
I rolled
guys,
a
chat?
one.
She rolled a 1.
She rolled a 1, which is the
1%
best thing that could ever
roll.
happen.
That was perfect, guys. See, it's the avocado luck, honestly. Because I
She's-
was the real victim. I
Actually, an end boss.
Yeah, how do
I'm
I
gonna
make this
I'm gonna
difficult
challenge her
when
in a
this
Big Mac eating
happens?
contest. She's gonna roll a 1 and fit another 20 in there, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'm done." Her legs just turn hollow all of a sudden. I don't know.
Are
what
we
happened.
even necessary? Should like Amos?
Yeah, can it
Yeah,
just
maybe
be
you guys
like
should
you
just
and
leave.
Livibee hanging out? I feel like we're like window dressing, maybe even a
Are we the
expensive
handicap?
plant. Maybe.
Are we the bad guys?
What can I say, guys? My argument was pretty compelling.
Fuck.
Well, sure. Okay. Yeah. Try and get that set up. So, apparently your argument was pretty compelling. I mean, he looks at you, and is basically like, well, this little thing would just never, like, why would she lie, right?
Yeah.
And kind of just sits back on his shoulders and kind of raises his, picks up his pants and goes, all right then.
I guess their skin is a little dry.
I guess it does seem like this is probably in self-defense. Okay, all right, boys. And he looks back at his police officers. Take all of these fellas, and then he looks over at the dead monster carcass and that thing down to headquarters. And, well, I guess I'll see what I'm supposed to do here. Is Mr. Bradley around? And he kind of looks around the whole ballroom, I suppose it was. And Clayton Bradley does pop up at that point. He raises his hand and runs forward and says, "Yes, sir, yes, officer, I am here. I assure you, I have no idea what has happened here. Yeah, we were having our usual parties when everything was going fine." He said that with a bit of emphasis, as if maybe there had been some disturbances before, but of the party variety. And suddenly these men just barged in this thing. I don't even know what that is. I assure you, we have nothing to do with it. And if we're a target, that just makes sense. It's understandable. Many people don't appreciate us. And he kind of sets himself back and ends his statement kind of lamely, but finally. And the police officer just kind of looks at him and goes, "Well, I wasn't really prepared to blame you, but that really wasn't a great defense. But let's just say for now that these are just a couple of crazies. Certainly weirder things have been happening in this town than a couple of crazy people trying to barge in on a party they're uninvited to."
Sir, are you trying to tell me that it is standard in here in Arkham to have a man that looks like a squid walk in a party and cause mischief? That there are weirder things than that? I know I just shot the bed in a previous conversation, but this is a new one.
He said directed to no one in particular.
Yeah. Well, sir, I can't say that is very normal. But what I can say is that a lot of things have been weird. And a lot of reports have been happening of people who look just a little bit different. Now, I don't know what that thing is. I don't believe in demons. I don't believe in any cult nonsense. It's probably just some weird mutation, I don't know, of some sailor, poor sailor lost at sea. But I know, probably, that these men, and he points to the cultists, were the ones that dragged him in here. Now, I assure you I'll get to the bottom of this. But for now, I'd like to take you, as well as your friends, into police headquarters.
Do we know how, or would I have any idea, having been in this city before, would I have any opinions or impressions about how corrupt the police system is here?
Yeah, you'd probably have a lot of knowledge on that, but you know what? Should make you roll for it.
What would I roll for this?
Some type of knowledge. I'll think of it. I'm looking at it right now, actually.
None of these bode well for me.
I was hoping that you might have actually something that you would be good at here, but why don't you go ahead and just roll a D100?
Okay.
There's a dice to the left. It has a,
I use my own commands.
or you can use a keyboard. Isn't someone fancy? Okay then. All right.
We get it, you dev. Jesus.
Yeah, seriously. God.
Mr. Unix over here.
Okay. You roll a 59, which in this game is kind of, I mean, it's not bad. It's actually, I mean, it's really quite in the middle, isn't it? So it's not really too bad. It's not really too good. Okay, so you do know that the police in this city have bad apples, right? Like, your family has certainly paid off a couple of the police officers. Not that you would know specifically who, and you don't really know how many. But what you do know is that this police chief, and you might even know his name actually, he is a hard ass. He actually does his job and expects very highly of his department and his police officers.
This guy
So
isn't.
he's not corrupt. He's like a
He's not corrupt.
straight arrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just a subordinate, right? This is not the police chief.
This is the police chief. That's
Oh,
talking.
okay.
Oh, wow.
He just told you guys you're all going to police headquarters.
Oh, gee.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Oh, jeez.
I guess we better go.
I haven't said anything, so I'm going to try and blend into the crowd.
So you're just gonna leave us, Robbie?
Yes.
Wow.
Literal mob assassin ain't going to the police station.
I don't think that's actually possible. You were there standing over these like bodies, and when he I mean,
We had like 20
Aren't
seconds.
aren't you holding a two-handed rifle? I'm just a
But-
bystander, sir. I was here for the drinks. You're like holding a
Weren't
smoking.
all the bodyguard? I mean, I was blended in with the
Okay.
rest of the bodyguards, right?
Aren't you also a butt ugly dwarf?
that's true. You
No
are
one
really
wants
ugly.
to look at me anyways.
I mean, there's a okay. Well, okay. Let's go ahead and roll for this as well. Because you did
Okay.
have some
Stealth?
time when you saw the police were on the way to try and like calmly and not obviously kind of wiggle yourself back into the crowd.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and roll a
Stealth?
Yeah, stealth.
Okay. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it.
God. Oh, your stuff is an 80.
Oh my god. Okay. I was
There we
gonna
go.
say, like, it's pretty highly likely that you would succeed. So if you could just
Jesus
not.
Libby, can you stop taking all of the luck? Like, geez,
Literally
Yeah.
I'm
took
an
all of
80 in this and
I
failed.
had to roll a 92 and a 90 back to back to give you that one, Livy. So you're welcome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, okay. At least I got a success. The second one when I pushed.
Yeah, you're fine-ish. Okay.
Ish.
You know.
I think I could sweet talk us out of this. But wouldn't it be a good idea to go to the police station anyway, just to see what like is there?
Well, I know you guys are going.
I'd imagine
I'll
there'd be a lot of police.
show up in my own way.
Oh yeah, true.
Show up in my own
Mhm.
way. Okay.
But there could be like criminals we can talk to.
Well, I am so close to being done on
Do we
showing
do-
the scene.
do we want to
so
talk to criminals?
Give me a second.
They might know
You
some
guys
more
deliberate.
information.
Wouldn't
The weird stuff going on.
wouldn't also the police?
But actually, because we're not under arrest, so
No.
we could leave at our own leisure. They just want to ask us some questions.
Here,
Maybe they can give us some more information too.
the big thing is they're going to take our captive cultist.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay, you take the cultist then, Ravi, and then we'll talk to the police.
I feel like
Can't really take the
when there's
cultists.
3 people dressed the same and 2 of them are dead on the ground, I feel like the police are gonna be like, I feel like this guy that's dressed just like the dead guys might be related.
Yeah. I
feel
also
like
like how he doesn't believe in cults, and there's a guy that's like a dead squid on the ground and a bunch of dudes wearing
Well,
robes. Like, I guess they're just in their pajamas.
He doesn't believe in cult things, so he knows there's cults. He just doesn't like. People will say that like cults raise people from the dead and stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
So he just thinks they're a bunch of crazy people. Doesn't think there's actually any magic. Obviously, there's cult activities. He would report on them. Anyways, well, you definitely can't take the body, so I don't know what you all are talking about that for. Like John Doe had to like kind of like sneak in like from the crowd and slowly drag the body away from the attention.
You want me to roll another stealth? I'll roll the stealth.
So that's not gonna happen. But
Can I weaken or Bernie's this with disguise?
oh my god, no, you cannot. Maybe if you had prepped, maybe if you had seen this coming.
Okay.
I could totally distract the officers with my,
Charm.
you know,
You have
something.
a lot
What
of
do I have?
a lot of avocado charm. That's what you have.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's see. As he says this, right, and you guys take a brief moment of like, oh my god, like, should we do this or not? Which he kind of notices, but it's kind of usual for people not to want to go to a police headquarters, so he doesn't. So it's okay. The investigator you're talking to, the journalist, the young journalist, what's his name? Jimmy? What's his name?
Jimmy Meadows.
Jimmy Meadows. I also should start actually having just a list of names.
I'm a list writer.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna write it down here. Jimmy.
It's right next to a TVT2 base timing attack written down on the same piece of paper.
I like that you have physically written all this down.
I have.
That's good. Writing stuff down helps you keep it in your mind.
That's right. It helps retention.
The lost
Okay.
art form, isn't it?
It is.
It is, yeah. So as he says that, and you guys are looking at each other, Jimmy, the nice, kind of nervous reporter you guys had talked to previously, who was starting to give you some hints as to his investigation, comes forward and says, Mr. Meadows. And as he says that, the police chief looks at him and says, "Boy, what are you doing here?" And obviously, Jimmy starts to kind of get a little nervous. He's like, "Well, I sir, I was here as I was attending the party by my own, and that's all I was doing." Police chief stares him down. And he's like, "That is not all what you were doing. You are also coming to the police headquarters here. And when we get home, we'll talk more."
Home, huh? All right. They're
Oh.
related.
And he turns around
that?
and expects the police officers to not only grab the dead bodies, but also you guys. Now, they, a couple police officers come forward and kind of start to like usher you out with the police chief. But then one of them obviously perks up and says, "Chief, hey, I think we got a live one over here." The chief turns around and says, "An alive cultist? One of those guys is actually alive." And he kind of like raises the guy's arms and like lets it drop. And he's like, "No, I mean, he's still like, he's pretty unconscious, but he's actually alive." The police chief looks at you guys. I guess sans John Doe, who was successful in his blending of the crowd, and says, "You guys didn't feel like it was necessary to tell me that there was still a conscious cultist on the ground."
Well, listen, officer, we're not here trying to actively kill or keep people alive. You know what I mean? We're just here trying to save my avocado.
Once again, it was self-defense, and I ran out of bullets? Question mark.
You both have to roll a persuasion.
All right.
Oh, and I finally got the scene ready, so.
Ugh.
Why did you roll? Let Livy roll.
Because he
Well,
talked.
she said both. She
Yeah.
said both.
He talked.
Oh, you want me to roll too? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, persuade?
Yeah.
Here comes a critical success.
No. Ooh. Shocking
Oh
twist.
my god!
I didn't think that was possible.
I want to screenshot this and put it as my new Twitter header.
She only failed by 7 though.
An actual persuade roll.
52.
Oh my god! She does bleed.
She does.
Jesus.
All right, interesting. Just trying to. Wow, that's not gonna work. All right, whatever. So, yeah, you both kind of like speak one, and then very quickly the other one also speaks, like not quite over each other, but still like I mean, it was already a little suspicious that you both found it. You know, hurriedly. You have to hurriedly explain yourself, but then on top of that, you kind of under deliver on the persuasion. He's like, I think I'm gonna have a lot more questions for you both when we're down police headquarters. And leaves it at that and lets his police officers guide you forcefully into to follow them, actually. So they do have their old-fashioned police cars, or the hell that would look like. Kind of want to look it up, actually. Which are cramped.
Is it
hot.
old-fashioned in the 20s, or is it just the police cars?
They're actually so underfunded that they're using the old police cars, which are bicycles.
They're on horses.
Wait, so they are cycling these dead bodies on a bicycle?
Their hearse is like just
Pile
like a
on,
box.
like 2 per bicycle, and they just spread them out.
They're sitting in the little like basket
Like,
in the front.
Officer Jenkins, do you have a basket on your bicycle?
A little bell as well to make sure people,
Yeah. Make
don't
sure
get
you
run over by the dead
make sure
body.
you put that thing on the tire that makes the headlights actually turn on when you pedal at night.
Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah. You guys enter unless you have some other objection or attempts to escape, you guys enter into the police cars and are taken alongside. Well, first you guys leave and then you see them loading in the dead bodies as well as the unconscious cultists.
The only thing I'm good at is shooting people, and I don't really want to shoot my way out of the police. I feel like it'd go badly.
That's a
Turned it into GDA real quick.
It would turn into GDA.
So while this is happening and they're like going off, can I go toward the place that this creepy body came out of, since I've blended into the crowd, and like try and backtrace where it came from?
That is a very good point. Now, Clayton Bradley is still there, and he, like, as soon as the police officers left, he kind of breathed, like a really, really heavy sigh of relief. Very unorthodox for him to look so off kilter, off balance. But he turns around and brings his shoulders back and goes back into his usual self-confident pose and says, party members, attendants, everyone here, please just go back to your homes. We will be in touch with the police department because we here also desperately want to get to the bottom of this. This should never have happened. I should have had security guards outside, stopping this. And well, please go back to your
What's
homes.
the security guard stopping this? Sorry.
Where are the security guards?
Yes.
They're in on it.
Unfortunately, he doesn't really notice you. I mean, he's so just overwhelmed with what just happened that he's kind of like, he's doing like the whole gesture as he's in front of the crowd to let them go back, since the front is now basically a crime scene. And you will have to roll a stealth check, I think, to be able to go the opposite direction of the crowd.
Okay.
Same for all of us?
Got him.
No, you guys are in the police. Like, these are two different stories now. Like,
Oh, shit. John Doe's out of there.
yeah, DMs love
remember?
this. This
That's
is
what I'm
fun.
saying. Stealthed out.
Yeah. He's gone.
He's out of there. Damn.
Yeah.
Don't go so slimy.
I'm
different
finally
stories,
getting
man.
some like value out of all of those freaking stat points I dumped.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you successfully just kind of skirt off to the side. I mean, it's a huge room, so it really wasn't that difficult. And Clayton is kind of just preoccupied with making sure that everyone, like the mass majority, leaves. That he doesn't like count every single individual person. So you're able to just go around the side, and the side that the monster came from as well. And you see, as you are walking, now you're behind his field of vision. that there's like a ton of rooms. I mean, there's a ton of doors that are unexplored. Obviously, there's a lot of rooms just in general in this house, but you know, on the ground floor, there was some like nice sitting rooms for people who got tired of dancing, and there's some like I guess cigar rooms, smoking rooms, so on and so forth. But there's also a hallway at the ends, which is probably where the monster came from.
Yeah, I think I would go down the hallway, trying to be quiet, like make sure if there is anything out like in front or something that I might encounter, I'm like on the quieter side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think things I'm keeping an eye on are one, because I think you mentioned it looked like it had just been dragged out of the sea or something. So any like
Right.
marks on the ground for like water or whatever. And two, open doors, because I'm assuming that if it opened any doors, it didn't bother to close them.
I mean, maybe it's a really polite monster. You don't know.
It didn't seem very polite.
Okay, that's fair. Gosh, I wonder how many. Ooh, now I can really dig deep into your character sheet. There is a track skill. Ooh.
Oh shit. I do
Amos
not
has
have a
it,
lot of points in
but-
this. This is gonna fail pretty badly.
Yeah, I don't think you do. Amos is the tracker. All right, let's open up John Doe here.
Should I run this?
Well, I mean, hold on. So very obviously, you don't have to roll for this one. Very obviously, there is water on the floor, and it's quite a large, like, obviously not body of water, but it's everywhere. This guy was quite large, and his arms were kind of swinging back and just splattering and being really, really messy. Whoever cleans this mansion's gonna have a tough time. But as you go down, I mean, it's the same deal as any other part of this gigantic mansion. Is that there's like the hallway that never ends, like from Nightmares. But you do see that amongst like the normal looking doors, there is a double door that is ajar. Do you choose to go in that?
I opened the jar.
Fucking
Nah.
idiot.
Okay.
Do I notice anything about the door besides the fact that it's ajar? Is there any like other is there any decoration or like styling of it or anything that's different?
On the side that you're looking at?
Yes.
No.
That's a double door?
Yeah.
It's okay. I already have a second character idea. Yep. Let's stealthily, quietly open the door.
Okay.
He's playing suicidally. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're gonna progress this fucking plot after that first episode. All right.
Yeah, I guess so. This is gonna go crazy. Okay, so you open the door, and there is, as is typical to any horror story, a long flight of stairs that are immediately in front of you, basically, that kind of wind down when you look over.
Darkness.
Yeah, and there's pretty much just darkness down there. There are lamps to light the way, but the monster didn't really need to light those, so they're still off.
Was
Do
there
it, Robbie. Do it.
Was there like a keyhole for like locking this door or anything that I
Yes.
would have noticed?
Well,
There was?
I mean, spot hidden, I suppose.
Okay.
You can spot hidden for a couple of things.
Wait, spot hidden to see if there was a keyhole?
Well, okay, more accurately, is your character actively researching the immediate area? Is he like looking at the door
Okay,
and
that's fair.
like looking at the designs and back and forth and up and down, whatever?
Okay. I just want to note for the record that I feel like it would be something I would be paying attention to, given I have a 71 in locksmithing. Locks and stuff are something I would feel like I would pay attention to. And I know I'm going to fail this. Wow, I only failed about 2. Ooh.
Well, the
Close.
the question wasn't so much. So
Yeah.
you notice that there's a keyhole, which
Okay. Oh, I see. Got it.
You do notice that there's a keyhole, but that's kind of all you notice.
Mm-hmm.
There is a key inside of it on the outside.
I was on the outside, right?
Right.
Ooh, okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think if I have, would I have anything that I could? Did the 1920s have fingerprinting?
They had dusting.
Yeah, I think. Well, they knew fingerprints existed, right? So it's not that they could like
they
obviously
had
scan
the,
a fingerprint.
the dusting
but...
thing, but it was probably like a bad. I don't know. It was probably like fucking mercury or some shit. I don't know.
It's probably something you'd need to like literally have on you.
Well, it's a brass doorknob. So, I mean, I feel like if. Well, okay, hold on. There are fingerprints on the doorknob. You can see markings of a hand around the doorknob.
Okay. So I'm definitely thinking that someone let this monster out. It didn't just like come out on its own.
Mm.
Because the key was on the outside.
The plot
Let's
thickens.
get them.
Should I go
Music.
through the doors, get this character killed, thereby removing this knowledge from anyone's information?
Kill yourself.
Well,
Do
I
it,
mean,
do a
you just
flip.
have to have good rolls.
Do it. You won't do it. No balls.
Okay.
You
Pussy.
won't die. It's all
If
good.
I would have any material that I could use to grab the key without removing like fingerprints from the key. I don't know enough about fingerprints and like what material you can use to not smudge them. You know what? I just take the key
Okay, I was gonna say.
At a
and
point.
I close the door.
I don't know what you're expecting from fingerprints. I don't think they were actually cross-matching fingerprints with anyone.
He just takes the fingerprints and he looks at them and he's like, huh, I've seen these fingerprints.
Photogenic mimic. After this, every single person I meet, I'm like, hi,
Show me
nice
your
to meet you.
hands.
Oh, that is an interesting hand you have there.
There's only one fingerprint, so obviously this character only has one finger.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
on the doorknob, are there 4, 5, or less? Sorry.
There are two.
I take
Someone
the,
opened it daintily.
I take the key and I keep a note of. Actually, do I see like? Are there any windows or anything?
In the room you just opened to? No.
No. In
Oh,
the hallway.
Yes, it's actually the front hallway. So it's actually like fully lit. There's tons of grand windows.
Okay. I just quickly like do a check around from the outside so I get bearings of like where in the mansion this is and how if we wanted to come in from the outside we could come back to this area. So I just try and create like a mental map.
Okay.
Grab the key. I get out.
Okay. You don't have to roll stealth. The door is still open. You probably interfere with the crime scene, but you are able to exit pretty freely, and you go outside, and then you John Travolta. Because no one's there anymore. Everyone had packed up and gone to the police station, which you at least knew that much. You could
Yeah.
hear them talking.
Okay. I think I head to the police station.
All right, you start the long walk. So
It's a long walk.
back to Maynarde and Livibee's characters, who are both in the same car, alongside the young journalist that you had met in the back of the police chief's vehicle. He's in the back. You guys are behind you. They got like the. Well, I don't even know if they had the bars. There might not actually be bars. But the point is, like, you're in the back of an actual police vehicle. You all feel a bit like you're criminals, but supposedly you're not. And since the journalist is seems like it, related to the chief police officer, like it's probably not the worst, but he obviously looks pretty nervous. He's never good at hiding his emotions, and he's generally nervous, but he's especially nervous. He's kind of like twiddling his thumbs and looking around at like absolutely nothing, and then looking at you guys, and then when you like see him looking, you like just like, oh, I'm not looking, I'm not doing anything.
Who's nervous? Is it the Jimmy Meadows?
Yes, you're in the back seat of the police chief's car with Avocado and Jimmy.
Uh-huh.
Can I nudge him and be like, yo, Jimmy, that your daddy?
Yes, you can.
That's your daddy.
Well, it's well, yes, that's my dad, and he's kind of keeping it quiet.
Called it.
But the car's pretty loud, so I'm not even sure the police chief can hear you guys talking.
Wait. So you gonna mention to us that your dad's the chief police popo or not?
Well,
Come on, Jimmy. I thought we were mates.
I mean, we are. It just. I mean, it didn't really seem that important. Why would it be important? I mean, he's not. I mean, yeah, I took notes from his investigation to do my own, but
This is some useful information, Jimmy.
what? Hey, you had recently come up to me, okay? Like, I'm not just gonna hand you over all my secrets and note taking. Jeez.
Well, like when you do the friendship clasp, it means something.
Did you guys do that?
Maybe not to you, Jimmy, but to me. Not really.
I don't think you guys did anything. I think you asked him for a hug at one point, and he just looked at you.
Yeah.
Which is what he does again, by the way. He kind of like is like in on himself, like to the corner of the car, and he just like looks at you and just goes back to looking outside and doing everything else.
Yeah, Amos, this guy is kind of awkward. You talk to him.
Yeah, you're way better.
What, you want me to continue talking to him?
By
I
all
mean,
means.
clearly
I
you don't
have,
wanna
I have
talk.
very little interest in this weirdo.
He's got lots of investigation notes from the Popo,
Yeah.
Amos.
I got notes on both of y'all in my head. Doesn't mean I want to sit there and share it with you.
Yeah, but this is like police notes from different events that occurred of strange things around Arkham.
Based on our several hours together as a group, you've a lot better at ascertaining information from people than I have. So, if you can't do it, what makes you think I can?
Well, I just thought he was like nervous around women.
All right. Well, I'll try for a charm here.
All right.
Like, Jimmy, I can call you Jimmy, right? You don't need to worry here, sir. We're all in this together, and we'll look out for one another.
You were rejecting this dude from our group just moments ago.
Yeah, but I'm lying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and charm. Wow.
Extreme.
He's in love.
Extreme. Okay.
See what
He's
I
thinking
mean?
about our wedding ring. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, initially he was kind of apprehensive because you seem like the more intimidating of the two for sure, but your words are quite calming.
And I did
he-
the sincere shoulder touch.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like rub his head.
Yeah, I'm rubbing the top of his head like he's a good boy. The shoulder touch,
He
the
desperately
block. I was
needs
like,
it. Daddy never
it's
hugged
gonna
him.
be okay. Gonna be okay. Just relax.
Legitimately though, he actually is very. That was a good bro moment with the hands on the shoulder.
Yeah, we brought it down. It
Yeah, and he
happens.
physically relaxes and is like, yeah. I guess it would be nice to talk to someone else about this stuff.
Well, by all means, get it off your chest, son. Talk to us. Maybe we can share information.
He opens his mouth, but then looks to the front seat and the passenger seat where another police officer is, and says, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Just don't say anything to make the police chief angry with you. He's a little liberal with just throwing people in jail.
What if you said it really quietly?
He also throws me in jail.
What are they watching our conversation? All right.
They seem to be watching the road, but who knows?
Question from someone who's not there. Did they see which car the cultist went in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, they're
checking.
probably pretty interested to see where it went. It's a line of cars as well. They're all going to the same
Yeah.
place.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. So, okay, so time passes. You guys probably don't chit-chat very much more, and you arrive at the police headquarters, which was about like a 15-minute ride, maybe 20, because it's just you eventually got to a lot of streets where people were actually crossing and lights and whatnot. So it'd probably take John Doe like 30, 40 minutes to walk his way over there. So a little distance away. But you were in this, like, the mansion is like, first of all, it's a gigantic mansion, but then also it's kind of along like the nice row. So you're back into the actual city, the gritty city. And they turn into a modest-looking building with plenty of space for all the police cars to park themselves in. And he gets out, allows you guys to get out, and you enter into the police headquarters, which I have audio for. Clickety clack, clack, clack. Nailed it.
Nice.
Oh, man, I forgot I could actually put it in Roll20. Oh, well, you guys can't hear it. Your immersion is with your mind.
Baby, I'm so immersed right now.
Yeah. Okay. So you enter in, and the police chief just basically kind of gestures with like one hand that you guys should follow him as the police officer takes Jimmy to another room. And you do realize behind you they are also bringing in the unconscious cultist, and you don't know what they're doing with the dead cultist or the monster. Probably some other place to take in dead bodies that they don't want the public to see, because as you walk in, it's a police station. It's not just, police officers, it's people filing reports, talking about weird things and pickpockets and all that good stuff. And actually, interesting enough, as you look around, just kind of, mildly, you don't have to roll a spot check or anything. Just out of curiosity, you notice a familiar-looking orphan who's sitting on the bench.
Uh-oh. That
Just
chick
swinging
gave
her
us the
legs.
letter.
Yeah.
A sack of shit is what she gave us.
Yeah, but she's just swinging her legs, and you guys are inclined to follow the police chief. Which, go ahead, make your decisions, what you want to do.
Can we ask her question?
You'd have to, he
Or is
wouldn't,
it
I mean,
time?
you could try, but as soon as you stop, or if you stop when you notice her, the police chief looks back at you and is like, come on.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, so you can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is
And
there
won't
such
stop.
thing as can't when you're freedom, the imagination, the freedom of dice rolls? It's up to you guys.
What do we do, Libby?
I don't
Can
know.
you-
I feel like
Can you
maybe
smuggle this person inside of your potato sack with you?
maybe I could convince the police officer that she's with us, so that they'll question her too. And give us-
That might work to our detriment.
Oh.
What if she's done something really fucked up? And then we say that she's.
Oh yeah, true.
What if she just killed 6 or 7 cats on their way back from delivering us that sack stuff?
Oh my god.
That's actually illegal in 1920s.
We've done a lot of legal things.
I mean, it's frowned upon.
Maybe.
I mean, I would like to be able to talk to this girl, because it's a bit of an enigma. Just kind of arrived, gave us a sack of stuff. Seems
Yeah.
to be linked somehow. We don't know who gave her the sack of stuff. I think it's the
Yeah.
most important thing. Someone set us on this path.
Maybe.
I mean, I still don't know who sent me my letter. You don't know who sent you yours. She arrives. It's probably the same person.
Can John Doe maybe question her?
John
Would you
Doe's in a
advise?
different building.
John Doe's walking to the police headquarters. Not that you guys know that.
Okay.
John Doe's reenacting that sequence from Singing in the Rain, where he's
Taking
like
his long
jauntily going
time.
to the he's jauntily going to the police station, but
Yeah.
spinning around every light post.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
playing-
And talking
dancing
to
with
the
his
other
umbrella.
orphans and getting them along on the dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
singing and jumping into puddles, jumping down the gutter, then on top of the gutter again, and then down the gutter again. Doing the shuffle
Usual
bug.
John Doe stuff,
Yeah, John
Yes,
Doe stuff.
when I get there, you guys are not going to have an easy time directly just talking with me without suddenly getting me dragged into your shit.
Yeah, he's John Doe in it right now. Yeah, I'm going to try and stealthily break away from this walk of shame that we're on with the police chief.
Yeah.
To quickly yell whisper at this kid.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
actually have a not that terrible stealth score.
Go ahead.
Fuck me. Failed by 7. close.
Okay.
Okay.
What if I try?
Sure.
Jesus. Of course. Livibee
Okay.
realizes that she's actually a chameleon person and stealths. She activates cloak.
So you kind of just, I mean, you're not like, leaping after her, but you kind of turn and like try and get closer so you can yell whisper, but the police chief like turns back and is like, hey, follow me. And kind of walks up to you to even like maybe grab you by the hand if he needed to. While he does this,
That's forceful.
Avocado, outside of his, peripheral vision a little bit, kind of does the same thing, but better. And kind of takes a long way around almost and gets closer to the kid on the bench and says,
Yo, kid. What are you doing here?
okay. She looks up at you and is like, don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, you gave me the sack of useless stuff, and I need to know who gave it to you.
Sounds like something you really need to know. How much are you gonna pay me?
Oh my god, I only have
You little shit.
$1. I'm gonna have to pull out.
She's
$1.
fucking lucky that you're the one that stealthed away. Like that to me.
She's good. She's good. She's earned this dollar.
Oh, you're good.
So I pull out $1. A dollar bill because it's in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Really? Massachusetts?
Okay, we learned something that Livibee can't say today.
Massachusetts? I'm not drunk, Ossifer.
That's good.
I'm not gonna try and say it again. That's it.
Okay, that's fine. Ah. That was weird.
Does she accept my dollar bill?
Sorry, I just lost. Oh, I know what happened. Okay. So you hand her a dollar bill from Massachusetts?
Yeah, $1.
Massachusetts.
Okay. Well, she looks at it. I mean, a dollar ain't too bad. I mean, it's like $5, and to a kid who's an orphan, I mean, it's not the worst. And she kind of like sizes the dollar bill up and down, and then sizes you up and down, and sees that you're wearing a potato sack.
It's a lot of money to me, kid. It's basically my life savings.
And she's like, all right, I'll tell you. Meet me after you're done talking with the big chief there. And she swipes the bill from your hand before you can retract it.
Perfect. Got him.
And then
Where
you
we meeting?
Right.
stealthily...
I'm guessing I'm being led by the hand by a police chief.
Outside, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you can ask her. If you ask her, like, where do we meet her, she'll say, I'll find you.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I just rejoined so nothing was conspicuous.
Yeah. I mean, the police chief started to look for you, but you're quick like a cat. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So... Okay, that was weird. So you are led into the police chief's office. The biggest place in the department, with some open blinds to look outside to make sure all of his, worker bees are doing all right. He lets you both in first and points you to the seats that are in front of the desk, and then closes the door and closes the blinds. And then sits down and looks at both of you. So
Is Jimmy with
you?
us?
No, Jimmy was taken somewhere else. So it's just you two and the police chief.
Okay.
So what were you two really doing there?
We were really attending a party, sir.
Attending a party?
Well,
you don't look like you're dressed to attend a party.
Well, see, I'm wearing the finest threads from Australia.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? So, actually, I was dressed the best at that party. You can ask my best friend Amanda. Like, she'll tell you. She's actually going to import some of these finest cotton Egyptian 1,000 thread sheet count threads to Massachusetts now. Well, tomorrow.
I respect you for pronouncing it
It's
again.
gonna go well.
Okay, so at first he looks extremely just in disbelief. Like there's no way that you were wearing the finest threads from Australia, although he's probably never been there. But as you mentioned Amanda's name, he goes a little farther forward. Amanda, you talk to her.
Oh, yeah. We're like the bestest of buds.
You are best buds with Amanda Phillips.
Listen, there's no need to be jealous now. Okay, I know she's a good looking lady, but I can get you a date if you want.
No, I believe if I... no, that's not necessary.
What do you even say? What do you even say?
That is not necessary, but well, thank you for the offer. No, I'm interested in if she said anything interesting to you, anything not business related, or perhaps business with Orville Gibson.
Orville? Oh yes, Orville. I know who that is. Well, he does. He's a questionable character to me only because he wasn't like the biggest fan of the Avocados. But yeah, he lost a lot of brownie points with me in terms of friendship level when he wasn't impressed with my avocado. So, what exactly are you looking? What information are you looking for with Amanda? So I can narrow it down. We've had some long talks.
I'm sure you have.
Some of which I remember.
Well, was back in his chair and pulls out a drawer, looks at it, pushes it back in. I don't have any specific questions. Unfortunately,
I'm not good then.
I can't really tie her to anything that I have in mind. But I would like to know if you have received... Well, actually, let's say this. I'd like to know how you came to be in Arkham.
Me?
Both of you.
Why do you need to know that? Listen, I travel around a lot, my dude. A bit of a traveler. So I kind of just bounce around,
Well,
place to place with my travel sack, my avocado.
I can see that. I can tell that you're certainly not from around here.
And I'm traveling with this lady. I met her here.
Now you, and he points to
Yes.
Amos, you
Mhm.
could be from around here, I suppose, although your accent
I'm not.
certainly doesn't mean from Arkham, but at least I believe you're from the United States.
Correct.
This young lady here is clearly not. And why?
It's her first time in Massachusetts.
And why would she come all the way from wherever she did to the tiny town of Arkham, Massachusetts?
She's a fashion designer. This is the latest fashion from Australia. Not sure you've been listening.
Roll persuasion.
I'm her bodyguard, sir.
Thanks for my back.
I mean, you just told a lie. Roll persuasion.
Oh Lord.
Fuck! I keep forgetting that I have to roll persuasion. This is terrible because I've got all these great things in my brain, and then I actually have to roll for it. Ugh! No
Here's
whammy,
the
no
thing,
whammy.
Maynard, is that
God, shit it!
it's okay because you know what?
Game sucks.
They can know. He can know that you're lying, but he can't prove anything.
That is true.
And back in the 1920s, they were all about due process.
Yeah. Well, this guy is.
Touche. All right. He kind of cracks a smile. I'm going to have to tell you right now that I don't believe this fashion nonsense. Now, I might not be in a fashion myself. Good old pair of pants, suspenders, and shirt does well for me, but I'm going to go ahead and say that that is not fashionable and that you are, in fact, just basically a vagabond. which I usually frown upon, but it's not the point of this conversation. If you tell me right now the truth of how you came to be in Arkham, I promise you that nothing will come to you or your friend.
Is that a threat, my dude?
Pretty sure it was.
Ooh.
My dude.
My dude.
My dude.
Oh man, listen. You clearly don't know
You
fashion.
playing with
I'm looking
you,
really
you fucking with me, player?
Just outside.
I mean, what harm is there in telling him that we've gotten a letter and we've arrived? So,
Well,
Didn't
they
the letter
wanted-
say not to speak of it to anyone?
nope.
It did not.
No, it did not.
They'll probably
I don't actually
confiscate our
remember. I need
letters.
to look it up again.
But then they'll be onto us. Will be a point.
Onto us for what? For arriving in a town? For personal goals? We're not here for a vendetta. We don't represent a conspiracy to commit crimes here. We're just here trying to solve them.
Well, yeah, okay, you guys don't.
I mean, they'll be like following us and stuff. Will be a point of it. Will be point of interest for the
If they
investigation.
follow us, we'll if they follow us, we will kill them quietly.
Then we'll have all the coppers on us.
Only if they realize we do it. I'm gonna make the decision to tell this guy what's up.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm cool
I
with
mean,
that.
you can say whatever you like, but I'm gonna tell him, sir. I haven't been forthcoming with you, and you'll have to forgive me. Being careful with strangers is a part of my trade. I've arrived on train yesterday. I think the time is a little fuzzy here. Okay, yes, yesterday. Thank you, Keeper. And I was sent a very strange letter to try and find people that are important to me here in Arkham. I was told they were here. And that's why I've arrived.
Do you know who this letter is from?
I do not. I was hoping to find out.
Very interesting. And you? Do you also have a letter? Looking at Avocado.
Oh crap! I put them on the spot.
Say, oh shit.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh gee! Golly gumdrops.
That's her
I mean-
response.
Golly gumdrops actually is something that we would say in the 20s.
Wow.
Well, yes. I suppose I do have a letter.
Question mark.
Very interesting. Do you know of anyone else who has received such a letter?
No.
Persuasion.
Everything's got that upward inflection.
Just how we speak in Australia.
I swear I'm being honest.
Just a valley girl? Go ahead, persuade.
Come on,
No,
Livy.
sir. I don't hear nothing of no one else.
I want to see nothing but green, Livy. Let's do it.
Come on, Livy.
Come on, Livy. One time. Oh, a
Livy.
fumble.
No,
No!
Push it. Push it. Push it.
You want me to push it?
Yes.
I don't know if you can
Okay.
push a fumble. What the hell does that even mean? A double catastrophe?
Oh.
Oh, a push success, of course.
Huh.
All right,
Interesting.
all right.
Good lord.
Damn, that was a crazy push. 45.
All right. I guess that just means that it negates it. So, you initially start to say no, sir, and you kind of stumble, but then find the right words and you say, no, I don't know. I don't know anyone. And you say it very convincingly, and he's probably more interested in the fact that he's talking to two people who do have a letter than necessarily finding out anything about more. So he simply nods. Were you at that party to investigate the Bradley house?
Me personally, I was there to make friends.
It's not even a lie. I want to make you persuade that.
I like people, you know.
You have to do another roll, I think, because you're still lying.
Was it?
I'm not sure she is. I mean, she's kind of
No?
telling the truth.
Oh, that's true.
And I made friends.
I think she can be
You
very
did.
convincing.
Yeah. Sorry, I just don't know what
yeah.
it feels like to succeed in rolls. So
Yeah, it's, you know. He just takes that at face value and he gets up from his desk, sits or stands upright, looks outside the window that is pointing towards, well, really another building. It's not a very pretty view. But then looks back around at the windows of his office and that they're closed. And then leans on the table, knuckles down. What if I told you that I know exactly why you're here? And that I could help with this investigation?
I would be intrigued.
I'd be frankly impressed.
Please elaborate.
He sits down and pulls out the drawer again. They'd opened so briefly. And slaps down a sheet of papers. Various papers of various age, various wrinkles, various read-throughs, even various colors, shades. Clearly collected over a period of time. Some are bound, some are not. He puts his hands on them. These are papers that I have collected throughout my investigation in the past year and a half into the Bradleys. Included are names such as Amanda Phillips and Orville Gibson.
Mm.
I know who sent you those letters.
So who was it then, my dude? Come on.
Ooh, Risa.
Oh man.
I'm going to tell a story, but I'm also a streamer.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I will tell you the name of this person and who they were in exchange for a favor of sorts.
It's probably his son, Jimmy.
His son's a favor.
You know what I mean? That's probably who sent the letter. That's how he knows.
Well, I need you to set him up with someone.
Yeah. Set him up with Amanda
I ain't gonna
Phillips.
marry your son, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
Imagine if that was the goal. That'd actually be really fun.
Teach him how to never fail rolls in his life so that he can succeed.
That's tough. That's tough.
What's the favor, sir?
I believe you when you said that you talked to Amanda Phillips. I'll even believe that she was friendly to you, although that is quite hard to believe. She doesn't
Sounds
really,
like he wants the Baps.
She doesn't usually really consort with anyone that she deems below her. I'm afraid to say that would usually entail someone like you. But perhaps your little story about fashion in Australia worked on her. She can be gullible in some very odd ways.
She's talking shit about your friend, Livy.
Yeah, that's my friend out there.
Need information on Amanda Phillips. I would like for you to go to her house and investigate her rooms. I have no reason to do so as a police officer, and I'm no longer capable of doing things outside of my police officer duties. Can you do this?
Tell us who sent the letters, then we'll go.
Shit.
And I also want $1 because
I'm also out of
I
dollar.
need $1.
we can just split the
Money,
bill with $1 and then we
please.
can do it.
This is interesting.
Do I have to do a persuade for that?
Well, here's the thing. I think this might actually be a person-to-person like combat. Like we're gonna roll against each other actually. And see who
Oh, okay.
breaks.
We're rolling?
guess it would be a persuasion, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. So, and I don't want to dig up how it would work from all the notes on the PDF. So,
Could I also somehow hack this into a charm? Can I bat my eyelashes while I say this to the guy?
no.
No. Yeah. Shit.
He actually has.
I'm trying to hack the system here.
You could do intimidate. I don't think you have intimidate though.
I do. I have a slightly better intimidate than I do persuade.
You could intimidate him, but be warned, he also is going to have high intimidate and persuasion for being a police officer.
Mm.
I'm going to let the dice roll where they may. Because the worst that could happen is that he wins
Okay.
a roll.
I will have to. Can I do a secret roll on roll 20? Can that actually happen?
Why do I even bother? Why do I even have stats?
Oh, you failed it. Okay, but like
should
just
give
because you
myself a zero
failed
in
it
everything.
according to this doesn't actually mean that it was a fail. You're not
Okay.
even persuading Livibee. Like, calm down with your good rolls. Calm down. I'm trying to see if there's a way to like secretly do it.
I want my dollar.
Hey,
Oh my God.
okay. You rolled an intimidate. Let's say that he rolls intimidate as well.
I did, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, didn't I have a D100 somewhere? You know what? I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna add a blank character. Oh my god.
Nice. So I win.
No, I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
You lose.
Oh, sorry, I read that wrong.
Wait. Yeah. No, hold on. I'm also kind of confused right now.
It says that you rolled 3 dice. A 2,
Yeah.
a 79, and a 34.
That's why I'm also confused here. So hold on.
Okay.
Let's try the other button. Ha! I don't know. Okay, I pressed the purple one. I don't know what that did. I don't know that's different.
All right.
Wow.
You rolled a 58. I rolled a 59.
Wow. So
We're both not scary?
we're both not very scary, but I'm scarier. The lower is better.
By 1 point.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Okie
Close
dokie.
only counts in hand grenades. So, you back down.
All right.
He says, that's not exactly how this works. And I'm afraid you're not really in the position to bargain. He kind of looks around, police station.
Does seem like you're holding all the cards here. All right. What did you need? It was what was it? A investigation of Amanda's things,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
What in particular are we looking for?
Things that have to do with young children.
Ooh.
Not like that. Jesus, guys. We're investigating reports of disappearances and, unfortunately, murders of young children. Sometimes specifically around an age, sometimes all the way up till 13, sometimes 2, 4.
Up to 13. Oh, boy.
Primarily, we're looking at children around the age of 8 or 9. We're also looking for information about her own son, who's around that age as well. And we're looking to see if there's any possible connection. Now, I say we, just out of habit, honestly, but this is not an official police investigation. Do not talk about this to anyone, and just be discreet as possible. If you're found by Amanda to be snooping into her things, however you decide to actually get into the house, I will pretend just simply not to know you, and I will arrest you.
I mean, like, we wouldn't dob you in, so you're fine.
What the hell
We're
does that
pretty
mean?
good like that.
Yeah,
Dobbing
we've
you
shown
in?
how honest we are,
We wouldn't rat you out, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
even though we've lied like 6 times since we walked in this building.
that would only work to our detriment. You know what I mean? Like we're working with the police, and everyone will be hiding from the popo.
Jess, can I ask you a question in Discord really quickly?
Yes.
You guys can continue.
Okay.
Okay.
So, do you accept the challenge?
Challenge. Well, I never back down from a challenge. Good sir.
She went back down from a fight.
I
I have one question, if you permit me, sir.
Yes.
Who was that kid that we saw on the way in?
good question.
The kid. Can you describe her?
Little, homeless looking,
Hmm.
outside of this room right now. You walk past her on the way in.
That kind of and he actually stops. He's caught off guard by the question. Do you recognize her?
Yeah, she's the one that when we arrived in the train station, she was the first person we saw in Arkham.
So he nods his head, tightens his jaw, and then abruptly slams the table. And then tries to compose himself. I see. That young girl, clearly meaning to say something else, but not in polite company, is Daisy. She calls herself Daisy. Don't know exactly what her real name is. She's been an orphan since I don't even know, since she can remember. Although she refuses to abide by any rules and stay in the orphanage. But she does have a lot of uses. She's actually been helping me in my own investigation.
Are you the one that sent her to meet us?
I'm afraid not. Actually, I didn't. Obviously, very angry about this, but keeping it together. I didn't know that she was sent to you. Although I feel that was something she should have told me.
Ooh, bit of a cross.
That sounds like her problem.
If you
All right,
wish to
sir.
speak to her, that's
You
fine.
have yourself an accord. We will investigate this Amanda and her stuff pertaining the little ones.
Very good then.
All right, I'm up.
just gonna-
I'm buttoning up my coat. I'm getting out of there. See you later.
You mean like? I mean, the door wasn't locked. Well, no, it wasn't locked. It was just shut. He sits back down and just starts to rub his temples as you guys leave. Now, what you want to do? That took
Now
about.
I gotta go out.
Am I
let's
outside
see.
yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So the car ride took like 20 minutes, and then that took maybe like a 10-minute conversation. So, you're probably like 15 minutes away walking. Still have a little ways.
Well, I gotta find Daisy. She owes me.
Yeah,
a bill.
isn't Daisy meant to give you some the 411 when we leave this room
Mhm.
Yeah.
on the way out? Yeah.
Well, as you
Come on,
scan
everyone. Let's go.
the bullpen for her, she's still there. She didn't actually just run away with the dollar, although she was probably tempted to. Kicking her feet. And she sees you and kind of does the bro nod almost. So,
Yeah.
and then
So-
gestures to the exit and starts to walk outside.
Cool. We follow her.
All right. She then does the like, kind of goes around the corner and into an alley next to the police station, where the garbage cans are. I assume you follow. Both of you following? You both want to talk to her? Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear what she has to say.
All right. So, what is it you wanted to talk to her about?
Who sent the letters?
She asked. Yeah, we didn't know who
right.
gave her the letters.
Right. that's
Not the
exactly-
letters. The bag of stuff. We don't know about the letters still.
Yeah. So, I heard that you wanted to know who sent me. That sounds very interesting. That's very interesting. Well, I could tell you, but that is just really just not very. It's just not very fun, you know? I mean, what have you guys done recently? What did you guys do with all that stuff? I looked at it, by the way. Wasn't supposed to. Didn't take anything, I swear. She probably did take something. But I was wondering what those letters even... What, I mean... Who do you think wrote to you?
Avocado will take this one.
Oh God. Oh, I don't do well talking to kids. Listen,
Kid,
Amos.
It's so weird
I am
because your
not a
phobia is
patient
tall
man.
people.
I am not a patient man. You will tell us what you want. You will tell us what you know, or I will personally backhand the shit out of your face right now.
God, you're gonna make it run away.
Roll
You
intimidation.
will not run. You will not
Said
run.
in the police station.
Oh, they're
No,
outside
it's at
of
the
it.
front of the police station, and it's the 20s,
Sorry. He said
and no one
outside.
gives a shit about this homeless kid. I will backhand the shit out of this kid if she doesn't explain what. Yeah, I'm threatening violence straight up.
Okay. Should you use like intimidate?
Well, yes.
Yeah, roll intimidation.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
I should just have a 0 in every stat.
Okay, and then I'm gonna come in and you know, play the good cop, bad cop type stitch, and I'll be like, I'll like stand in the middle and be like, no, you will not, Amos. Daisy, wait, should I say
Yes,
her
I
name?
will.
Sure.
This kid is innocent. She's just a kid. Back off. Back up.
Normally I'd fight you, but I'm afraid you'd roll a 1 and I would like disintegrate like I'm being hit by an atom bomb. So
Accurate.
Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn around, look at Daisy, who's you know, just been threatened. I would be like, don't worry about him. What's your name, darling?
This whole skit, just the same reaction from Daisy. Unsurprisingly, she's been intimidated by large men before, and also befriended by weird young women who think that they can like adopt her or something. So this entire time, she's kind of been like just watching you. If she had bubble gum, she'd just be like, "All right then."
this little shit.
So she's like, well, my name is Daisy. I chose it. Don't know what my real name is. Don't really care either. Lived in the streets for all my life. You know, something like 10, 11 years. Actually, I actually don't know how old I am. That's funny what happens when you're an orphan and no one tells you those things. So, you know, I've actually seen quite a few things, guys. I know that you, and he looks at Amos. She looks at Amos. You are probably all talk. Plus, you probably can't even catch me. Look how big you are. And then
I'm
you,
absolutely not all talk, but you'll find out if you give us any of your fucking lip.
She just kind of rolls her eyes. And
Look at
you,
me, Amos, I got that.
looking
And
at
also,
Avocado.
young lady, you will not outrun a bullet.
Oh my
You can try.
God.
You won't.
Looking at Avocado, and you, well, you're actually just kind of weird, probably, but I'm not really looking for any friends, not any really close friends, anyways. I mean, you give me something, I'll give you something. And $1 was a start.
Oh crap. I'm gonna have to pull out a second dollar, aren't I?
She's like,
Oh,
shit, I
man.
only have 3 of these.
Listen, Daisy. I have a very high admiration for you and how long you've lasted on the streets by yourself. That must have been very hard. I don't have many dollars left, but this is really important to us, as you might know. I've traveled all the way from Australia, and it's been quite difficult. Just need to, you know, got to find out some things. You know how it is when you don't know who you are, where you come from, and you just, no one's out there looking out for you or loves you even, and you've just been tossed to the side like a piece of trash. You must know
Oh,
how that
boy.
feels, right, Daisy? Like,
If you could audibly hear an eye roll, then both of them would hear my eye roll.
Yeah, she's like, there's a moment in your speech where she's a little surprised to hear that you, I guess, you know, you're also kind of an orphan. But otherwise, she just kind of ends the whole speech with yes and eye roll. Look, lady, I don't need another $1. This one will do fine for a while. What I need is a favor. And I know, All right.
Oh.
I might be an orphan. I might be, kind of going back on my word, but I swear I'm actually a good person. Deep down. All right. So you gave me $1, and I told you who sent you, who sent me that bag of stuff. But I can actually do you one better if you do this favor for me. I can not only tell you who sent the bag, but also where to find them, and also what the hell all those things in the bag even mean.
How do you know what they mean?
She shrugs. I got ways. I've been listening a very long time.
Let's hear it.
Why is there music? Let's hear what. That was Erin. She's like, oh, what's the favor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, all right. The favor. All right. So, look. I'm by myself most of the time, but there's this orphanage, and I mean, it's all right. Yeah, I just prefer staying outside all the time. I mean, as far as orphanages go, I suppose. But I got some friends there. I mean, not close friends like I said, but I got some friends there, and something weird's just happening. I got gut feelings. You don't survive being on the street without gut feelings, right? This orphanage is run by some guy. I don't know what's his name. Some big shot, rolls around every once in a while. I get total creeps from the guy. Everyone says he's amazing, but ugh, I think he's weird. And I think he's doing something, man. Kids are disappearing.
Oh.
My friends haven't shown up in a long time. People I used to talk to across the city suddenly are just gone. It's been weird, all right? So, I don't know what you all got wrapped in on, but I know that whatever you were given in that bag was probably mixed up in this, because it was all just weird. So, you find out who runs this orphanage, or gives money to it, or whatever it is. Tell me his name, and I'll tell you the name you want to hear.
All right. I suppose we could do that. All right. Okay. Yeah, all right.
You all right?
Yes.
I think we could do that, Amos. Like, we can find out who runs the orphanage or is funding it.
Not accustomed to taking orders from a kid.
Oh, gee.
But if she's telling the truth, I guess we have to do another favor for another person. Great.
Could be the same favor.
What?
Maybe Amanda.
How is investigating Amanda's things have anything to do with the creepy guy that owns an orphanage?
Maybe Amanda's funding the creepy guy.
And maybe I'm really a cartoon character inside of human skin.
You don't think so? Is that far-fetched?
Yeah, I'm walking away from this conversation. Avocado can follow if she likes. I'm done with this child, and I'm done with this conversation. We're out.
All right.
1920s version of mic drop, leaving.
Okay.
And then I guess we'll have to meet up with John.
As you guys leave, she's like, I'll see you later.
Y'all better not leave a police station before I get there. I'm just, like waiting outside for you.
I'm just leaving the kid. If we are waiting to meet you, then I'll just have a cigarette or something. Just chill.
This kid's really upset Amos.
Yeah, he does not like children.
I don't like this one.
She is kind of a brat.
I'll follow Amos.
As you guys walk, I guess, outside, or leave the police station area, you do see John Doe walking up, panting after all the dancing he did.
Singing in the rain for 30 whole minutes.
I am in fantastic shape. Okay.
Yep.
I'll be like, hey, John, it's good to see you.
John.
John.
You're not arrested?
Would appear not.
they arrest me? I got nothing. You know?
They
I
got
just-
nothing, you mean?
I
They
just
got nothing
ignore
on me.
Avocado, and I'm like, what happened to
Well, John, we found ourselves in a bit of a pickle here. We have to do 2 favors. One of them's for the police chief, and one of them's for a homeless little snot nose. And then I just explained the
No,
situation.
seriously, what happened? Yeah, okay.
Okay, situation explained. I
And
assume
Yeah,
you tell
situation
them
explained.
I
everything.
also explained my side of like the whole
Ah,
key that I got and all that stuff, and I say like looked into where that whole thing came from.
Okay.
okay. So by now it's pretty late. You know that party it ended at I think I said 10 p.m. or something. And you guys were taken to the police station at like night. So I guess there wasn't a ton of people, but still it's a police station, so it's kind of open all the time. So as you leave, it's like 11 p.m. and now would be a good time to probably take a rest. Fortunately for you, as you are explaining things to John, Jimmy comes out of the police station. All his nice suit kind of messed up, and he had taken his jacket off, and he was combing his hands through his hair really nervously, and he sees you guys. And he kind of raises his hand, and he's like, hey, you guys didn't get arrested. He jogs up to you. It's great.
That's great.
I was a little afraid, to be honest. My dad's he's kind of an asshole, actually. But I guess did all the right things. Great information. Okay, great. So did he tell you anything? What did he tell you? What happened? What are the deets?
Well, Amos is his best friend. Go on, Amos.
We gotta do the chief some favors. They don't need to concern you though.
Oh, all
They
right.
sound honestly, they sound a little dangerous, and you could probably just leave it to some professionals.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, I'm probably not as qualified as you guys, but hey, I have more stuff to tell you. Did he mention the letters? And he says it very
Yes, he
obviously
did.
secret. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got one of those things too. So, we're
Okay.
Can we see yours?
like besties. Well, I don't have it on me. My dad kind of took it, but I remember what was in it.
Was your letter the first letter your dad knew about?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I actually kind of broke into my dad's room right there, but I didn't see any other letters. It's just I don't. I mean, he could have. I don't know.
What'd it say?
I was just gonna say.
My letter? Oh,
Yeah.
it just talked about being suspicious of some prophecy thing. I didn't really get it. A lot of the weird things have happened in my life. That's why I became a journalist, actually. Well, that and because my dad,
You don't need to understand the letter, son. Just tell us what was written in the letter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. It told me that, and he was really trying hard to remember it, that I should start my investigation at the Bradley house, and that there's a lot more things than meets the eye that are happening in Arkham, and that I should look into the Bradleys and Amanda and their friends from the past, or from their other. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, just the connections over there, And then it told me that it would be worth my while, because not only would it help me be an investigator, which is what I want to do, I want to be a reporter and investigate the real hard truths in Arkham, but it kind of also said that it would stop all these weird things that are happening to me. So yeah, I really wanted that. So I figured it'd be a good thing to follow.
When did you receive your letter?
Oh,
What's the date?
well, first I have to remember the actual date.
Yeah.
Paper. Paper. Long paper. When did you guys receive it? Do you guys know?
What was the 28th?
It was like something like that, right?
I've actually forgotten what month we're in.
Ha! Wait, no. You guys didn't actually get a date on the receive. You don't know when you received.
No, we didn't get a receive date. We just have
Yeah.
like letters that are dated.
You just had the date to show up on, and then another date that was circled on the letter. So you guys received your letters probably like a week before you showed up on September 15th. So September 7th.
Oh, got the month right.
Yeah, you did. And then, knowing that now, Jimmy says, I don't know, like a week and a half ago. Yeah, maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Alright.
For
And
us.
what's the weird things that's been happening to you lately, Jimmy?
Oh, well, it's actually been happening since I was a kid. It's kind of weird, but people just think that it's, my imagination. It was kind of I was a kid who didn't really pay attention to a lot of, things. I paid attention to a lot of things. I didn't pay attention to one thing was the problem, and I had a lot of trouble concentrating. But anyways, like, I would have, like, people talk to me that weren't actually there, and people
These are
would,
dead
like,
people.
come up and, like, try and convince me to, like, go with them places, which I assume was just, like, kidnappings, except that, as soon as I said that my dad was the police chief and not that, they said, they just kind of left. Which makes sense. I mean, you don't want to kidnap the police chief's son. He's kind of looking around.
And does that still happen to you, Jimmy?
People don't really try and kidnap me anymore, but I mean, they kind of ask the same questions, to be honest. People just come up to me and they're like, what do you know about Arkham, and do you want to join this lodge thingy? I mean, there's like, like those high society clubs that the Bradleys are a part of, and Gibson and all that stuff. Yeah, people invite me to those, but I always felt that was really weird because I'm not really that high society. So I just keep saying no. Yeah.
How old were you when you got kidnapped, or whatever you call it?
Well, I didn't actually get kidnapped, thankfully. Although one person did take me back to their house for a while before my dad came, and that was
All right,
kind
you
of
stop
weird.
there.
But I was like, I don't know. They started kidnapping me around the age of like, trying to kidnap me around the age of like 7 or 8. Yeah, somewhere around that.
Okay. That surely does explain a lot there, Jimmy.
Really?
Does it?
Sharon.
People just seem
I
to
mean,
kind of
that
say that's a cool story.
personality does.
Was your dad police chief around the time you were getting kidnapped?
Oh yeah, my dad's been police chief since I don't know, he got promoted, like 20 years ago. No, 20 years ago.
Okay. And this high society club you speak of, what do they wear?
What do they wear? I mean, usual fancy people clothing. I guess.
She's like,
And
no,
looks
no,
down.
onto that.
I just gotta take, I just need to know these things
Fashion
for my
notes.
fashion label. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And like other things, like I would know people, like people that would eventually join that club. Actually, what started me on this journey was I used to have a friend. He was a really good friend of mine when we were young, but then he kind of went off and did his own thing for a while. And now I recently heard he went off the deep end, but I haven't seen him in a while. Joseph Carbuncle. Yeah, we were pretty good friends when we were young, but yeah, he kind of got sucked up in all that stuff, and I don't know, that's just gonna prove that I really shouldn't have gotten involved, right?
We know that guy.
Hmm.
So he was the artist, right?
He was the
From memory?
Yep.
Artist.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anything else you guys want to
Hollywood.
know about me?
Yeah, I mean, what's your star sign?
Do we astrological signs? Would that be like common
You
knowledge?
look like a Virgo, if I'll be honest.
I'm a Taurus.
Who's your mother?
Is that a legitimate question for Dragon?
Yes.
Okay.
Who is your mommy and what does she do?
My mom? Well, I mean, what do you mean? Her name was Samantha. You know.
Was Samantha?
Well, I mean, is. I mean, she's still alive. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Why is that? That's a weird question.
No, just.
I just like to ask questions.
Okay. Well, this has been
Did
really
you want
fun.
to see your good friend, by the way? Like, we know where he is. You want to speak to your friend?
Joseph? I don't know.
Yeah.
He got, like I said, he got involved with all those people, and well, I know part of being a good journalist is talking to a lot of different people, and being able to communicate and relate with them and stuff. I found it really hard to communicate with people there, at the party. So that's kind of why I was off on my own. Yeah. So I know
Okay,
I'm
but,
okay. I'm okay. It was a long time ago. We were friends back in, we were like 10 or 11. It's fine.
He's like got the inside scoop though, and if you want to be a good reporter/investigator, dude, this is your in because you guys were friends. So he's gonna tell anyone what's going on. He'll tell you.
Wait, really? Like, he's not just there and like, I don't know, participating in cocktail parties and stuff? Like, what is he doing?
Oh,
how do you know him?
Nah, he's doing a lot of shady stuff. You should ask him.
Oh, yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, I don't really. Well, I guess I guess you're right. I really should.
Danger, actually. You should probably
He's in
ask.
danger, really?
Uh-huh.
I guess I should. I just man. I don't want to get involved in really dangerous stuff, but that is part of the job, isn't it?
Part of the job, dude. Are you gonna be a good friend or
Are you
not?
trying to kill this character, Livy?
This guy's supposed to give you a house.
Trying to push him into doing stuff.
It's like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this heroin drug? It's crazy, right?
It's crazy. You should try it. It's just, I mean, it's investigating.
I hear it's really good.
You're supposed to know what it's like if you don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that tomorrow. That's a really good idea. But I also think we should meet up tomorrow because I got a lot of notes that you guys should know about. I don't think my dad actually told you anything that was, well, he probably didn't tell you very much. So, yeah, we should really compare notes. That'd be great. We should definitely meet tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah, all right.
Wait, aren't you meeting with, like, Amanda tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I've got to do this one favor and afterward.
Yeah. Okay, well,
you
definitely.
go over and talk to Carbuncle, and then we can reconvene.
All right, that sounds like a really good plan. Cool. Because I thought he was saying cool back then, so he says good.
Sweet. Good day, sir.
Good day. I am disengaging from this conversation. Okay.
I don't know what 1920s slang is.
So is he gone?
Radical. Yes.
Okay. Turn to everyone. I'm like, so instead of doing these bullshit errands, we just break into this police chief's office and do our own investigation, find out who sent these letters, bypass all of this stuff.
You could, in theory, but John, it's like a police station. It's going to be pretty heavily guarded.
Yeah, this is the thing about the police. A lot of them are not playing things by the book.
Well, a lot of them are corrupt, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, how much cash you got? Can you bribe him? I only got my one very precious avocado, might I add. So, and I'm not willing to give that up.
We can bribe or we can blackmail. Whichever works.
We don't really have enough info to blackmail anyone in there.
Yeah, I feel like that shouldn't be too hard to find.
Well, John, you are more than willing. If you are more than welcome to try, I'll even wait for you.
That's nice. Yeah, it's like almost midnight, guys. Some crazy stuff probably goes down in Arkham at the midnight o'clock. It's gonna be getting scary.
Spooky o'clock.
It's gonna be spoopy, you guys.
We'll probably have to get like, I don't know, a hotel room and then some dinner. 'Cause I'm kind of hungry.
Do we know where the cultist bodies got taken?
I think they should be in the police station.
Well, they'd be in a morgue. You would know that.
They'd be in the morgue except for the guy that's unconscious.
That's true. You guys saw the unconscious cultist being taken in, maybe to put into a cell, presumably. Maybe to be beaten to death behind, bars. I don't know.
You know what you could do, John, is do something crazy and then get arrested, and then you can wake up next to the cultist and ask him questions.
Bringing back the hospital plan. I see. Good stuff.
Jack could kill an orphan or something.
Oh my god!
Well,
What? That would get
What?
me, right?
As long as it's not Daisy, we kind of need her info. Amos says that. Listen, I'm not.
Okay.
I ain't
I
killing
could
them.
cut an orphan.
Oh my god! Like they don't go through enough.
Well, I mean, okay, the best part about this is that John Doe's plan is not only to cut an orphan, but then take the orphan to the police station and be like, look what I did!
To get arrested.
No, you just do it in the police station.
So bring a child to the police station. And then do it. At that point, why not just cut a
There were
police officer?
children sitting in there.
Do you actually just want to kill children? Your mind keeps going to this. There's like a bunch of different people you could stab.
I mean, it's not just children.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
fine. We can find another way. The only thing I'm worried about is that I would not be put in the same cell as this cultist.
Can't be that many cells, right?
That's the only thing you're worried about?
That's the only thing I'm worried about right now.
Okay, so you're
Think
the
I-
same person.
I think I do a pretty good job of cutting someone.
Mhm.
Yeah, feel pretty confident.
I think you should do a less severe crime so that you can be released on bail.
Or work with me here. We save our bail money and don't kill anyone and rest and come up with a plan tomorrow.
I like this. Yeah, that's a good plan. I agree with Amos. We should probably.
I know it's a crazy left-wing strategy,
Yeah.
but I
No.
feel like this might be the right course of action.
That I'm on board with.
Yeah, I gotta get a donut and then get some sleep so we can
We're-
do some stuff tomorrow. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow, guys.
I don't think you could get a donut in like a small town
At
in 11 p.m.
You wait 5 hours, maybe.
Starbucks
Bake
didn't
or
exist yet.
something.
Oh.
Actually, do we know how long that, or like under what terms the occultist was imprisoned for? Is it possible someone will pay bail for him and tomorrow he won't be there?
Possibly, yeah.
Or are you asking?
That's
to-
true.
We might actually have a time limit.
That's true.
We could pay bail for him.
I mean, that makes us really suspicious, though. Don't you think? It's like, why
Sounds
are we-
like this police chief is already suspicious of you.
Also, this police chief needs us to do his favor.
That's also true.
Hmm.
Do we want to spend our money to bail out a character that might not talk to us?
We don't know. Well, he'll talk eventually.
Uh,
I don't know. I threatened to backslap a kid, and she, like, because I rolled badly, I didn't actually get to threaten her much.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was right outside of a police station where we're
That
taking.
wouldn't have stopped me.
We can literally chop off hands until he talks.
Oh my, this is turned dark.
Well, you
But
can
we
only
have
chop off two
two
hands.
attempts to ask a question. Then
Then we chop off 2 hands, yeah.
Yeah, then we have.
Maybe you should choose phalanges instead of appendages.
so we have 4 opportunities to ask a question.
That's true.
Uh,
We could chop off all the fingers and then the hands. That's 12 questions right there.
I don't even. Did you say that's 12 questions right there?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
If we include the toes, that's already more than 20 questions. I hear that's a popular game amongst orphans.
20 questions. I think back then they were still like, pushing the hoops around with a stick. That's their fun game.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to do then? You want to sneak into the prison or you want to pay bail? Just to let you know, I ain't contributing to this bail money. I already gave up my dollar, and then, this is my life savings. I've got only like $49 left.
Oh,
I'm not.
we can
I don't.
estimate how much bail would cost, right? Like for. Well, wait. Do we know what the guy, the cultist, would be in prison for, and like how much bail would cost for something like that?
There's no reason you would know that.
Would have to ask the front desk receptionist.
No reason we would know what he got brought in for, or no reason we would know how much bail costs.
Both. He could have been
Did you say
brought in
both?
for trespassing. He could have be brought in for attempted murder. I mean, he could be brought in because he was unconscious and they were going to send him to the hospital.
Hmm.
In fact, if he was unconscious, he would be at a hospital, not the police station.
You think so, but he wasn't.
Oh.
You guys definitely saw them exit the car with him.
Can't argue with that. I actually don't care what this cultist has to say, because I don't know that they're going to say anything. But what I do know
They're
is that
probably crazy.
I mean, 2 out of 3 of these people in our group are. There's a much higher chance in my mind that we're going to get what we want from the police chief, who does clearly know about our letters, does know about why, like at least has some idea why we're here.
Okay, so we should kidnap the police chief.
And then there's also the orphan who also wants more information, which is something to do with missing children, which is something that we're already on the path of, investigating here. So it might be a 2-bird 1 stone situation, like what Livy said. So
Okay.
I think we got a lot to go on. I think we don't need the cultist, and I don't think we need to capture the police chief. But if you would like to roll however many times it takes to be able to go from where we are standing right now to kidnapping the police chief, I will not stop you.
Because you could either die, go insane, or get thrown in jail.
All of which are things that you can choose to do.
Okay, we can go sleep for a bit.
Cool.
Very well. We're all gonna hold hands and walk down the street together because we're best friends, and we're gonna go find a hotel.
Wrong word.
Or a motel.
Friendos!
Best acquaintances, yes.
Friends. Okay, so that's the plan. You guys are gonna go find a hotel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it similar to D&D where we level up when we sleep?
No, I
Or
think
does it just
actually it's
happen every
very
time you do-
specifically at the end of a session.
Oh.
You do get health points back and even mental sanity. There you go, sanity.
Oh, we get 70 points back.
Yeah, as
Sounds
much
like
as I
it's a
want
good
to,
idea for
give
feardragon.
you, like it's slow to come back though. They're pretty easy to drop off, but slow to come back.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. Let's have a sleep.
Do it. Let's have a sleepover. You like throw pillows
What
at each
about-
other.
Does this cost us money?
Yes, it does.
Fuck.
Of course. It
But we
does.
don't have a precise amount of money, right? We have like
Well,
a general income.
you kind of were supposed to note how much money you would carry around.
Yeah, I had
Someone
50
did.
bucks.
I know.
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
did. Yeah.
I think. I only have 49 now.
I would be. I mean, my credit rating is pretty good, and I would be a relatively wealthy person. Relatively, like not stupid rich, but
Right.
also pretty far from destitute. What would that person have in money on them?
In
I
the
think there was different
1920s.
spending levels.
So apparently the hourly wage in 1920s is like 25 cents. So having
Yeah.
$10 on
My
yourself is like actually pretty nice money.
Yeah.
So the fact that Livibee has $50 in herself means she could like buy a hotel and own it for the rest of our campaign.
Yes.
Potato sack.
Well, no, but listen, this is my life savings. Because I don't have I
Yeah.
travel a lot, so I have to
Right.
take everything I own.
Okay, well, I would say that I'd have $50 as well then.
I have, so I know based on the lookup, I have $60 spending money, like on
Ooh.
cash on me.
Fucking Rockefeller over here with his $60.
You think
John
it's cheap to
Shatner.
assassinate people?
Mhm.
What you think I own a petting zoo?
Yes. It's called Outback.
My character. I mean, of course, in real life in Australia, I obviously am in the outback and obviously have a petting zoo. Every Australian does. I just mean my character, John. My character, Amos, is a gun for hire.
We could sleep on the street for free.
I walk into the hotel.
That is only a suggestion that someone in a potato sack.
During this conversation, it starts raining.
I already walked in the hotel.
Sweet.
Like, well,
Sweet.
back at the police
Time for
station.
singing in the rain again.
Back at the police station, it started raining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you guys are walking in the rain now. You guys are literally singing.
I love
in the
that.
rain.
It's like, we could sleep in the street, and somebody goes like, it's raining.
I mean, there's, there's some things about rain. It's wet, and people leave the streets to go inside when it's raining.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
And as
That is
such,
true.
there's no one on the street at 11 p.m. on a rainy night.
Cool.
Yeah.
Rest well, everyone. Let's
This
go.
is a great opportunity to break into the Corbett house because right now there's no one on the street. No, sorry, just kidding. Yeah, let's go rest.
Did you leave a window unlocked for us, John?
He did not think of unlocking
That I
it
did.
before he left.
But I do know where we should break into.
Where?
I mean, I know the window and stuff. We should go.
Oh. Well, can I roll a spot hidden or something to scout for a hotel?
Oh, please do a spot hidden.
Jeez, that's
The
a
rain.
really
The
hotel.
rain clouded my vision.
Oh, damn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Yeah, you look. I mean, the visibility's getting kind of low because it's like a steady rain. It's not a downpour, but it's not a light drizzle either. So it's kind of limited, and it's nighttime. It's like a crescent moon or small sliver moon. Not much light. There's some lamps, light posts, but they're all kind of dim and not really, so you can't really see very much.
What about you, John and Amos? You guys know where to go? You seen any
Oh,
hotels? on
you
the
know
way?
what? You know, Avocado, I think I might spot in a hidden hotel as well.
Yeah.
One second.
Can I just walked 30 minutes, right? I would have probably
Why
walked
do I
past something.
have any stats in my character sheet? Why do I have anything in my character sheet?
What's that, John Doe?
I walked for 30 minutes to this police station.
Right.
I would have walked past some form of a hotel or something, right? Or do I still need to roll this?
It's more a question of would you have kept that in mind as you walked past? Like to look for hotels?
No, apparently not.
No,
God damn
definitely
it.
not. No, yeah, you were thinking about getting to the police station as fast as possible.
Okay.
So,
Pick a direction and start walking until I encounter a hotel.
okay.
We don't have a better option because there's no one on the street.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we gotta ask around.
Yeah, you'd love to ask around, right?
It's what people would do if they were in a strange town. They would ask.
You want to go back to the police station and ask?
Have we left? Walked away from the police station? Aren't we still at the front of it?
Have we already forgotten where it was?
You guys said you were kind of starting to walk somewhere, but
Okay. Well, I don't know. If there's any kind of shop or any kind of anything where someone would
You guys both
work
failed.
who's working, we would ask them what the hotel is, I would hope.
There's got to be someone around we can ask, right? Like
Right.
someone at a nearby restaurant or
A bar, maybe? That would be open late.
yeah, bar.
yeah, there's might be a bar.
A bar you could probably sleep at.
Could you?
Are we?
When was Prohibition?
1920s. So we were in Prohibition. It wouldn't be a bar. It might be a bar for
Speakeasy.
soda. Or yeah, you could actually find a speakeasy.
Oh, shit.
What?
1920 to 1933.
What? For Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that though.
So there wouldn't be a bar. Yeah.
No.
A public bar.
I mean, you guys start looking around anyways. Little do you know that there is spooky music all the time you're talking. Which again, I could probably do on the oral 20. I'm messing up, guys. I'm messing up. Let's try this. Spooky music, please. Thank you, roll
Guys,
20.
let's just sleep in the police station if we all get arrested.
Well, that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there we go. Aha.
Oh yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, haha. Yeah. Immersion, you guys. So, as you start walking around debating on whether you could find a speakeasy or a hotel or any place that would allow people inside at 11 p.m. on a rainy, dark day, you start to hear something. First, it's the crash of glass on the ground. And as you look really far down the street, you can see that the lampposts seem to be like falling down and then crashing and going blank, going dark.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You start hearing grumbles, sounds, footsteps, but you don't really see what it is quite yet. What do you decide to do?
Well, I'm taking out the gun, making sure it's loaded and getting ready. It doesn't sound pleasant.
I guess I do the same.
Guess I'll ready my avocado.
I'm wherever I'm storing this.
Okay. You guys prep, I guess, basically, and something starts to just come forward towards you. It's kind of large. Let's see here. It is. I was hoping. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just a reminder, everyone. This is a out of character moment that in Call of Cthulhu, it is sometimes better to run than it is to fight.
Uh-oh.
Back in character. So you start to see something and you realize that it had been mostly on the ground, which is kind of why you had trouble seeing it. It's kind of doing a weird, like, motion, like an S, as it comes towards you. And as it
How
gets
big is this thing?
closer, within about 20 feet of you, you see that its head is some type of gross monstrosity of a few different lizard creatures, perhaps looking like some of a dragon that you would have read about. And you see that its body is really extremely long, as far as the size of it, as far as the girth of this thing. It's probably like, I don't know. Yeah, my wingspan, I suppose. That's the girth. Ugh. And it trails back for about, well, actually you can't actually see. It trails back as far as you can see within about 20 feet in front of you. So maybe like a 40-foot body behind it.
Oh my
and
god.
you see that it was keeping wings close to its body, but as it gets closer to you and starts to kind of raise itself, you realize that it has wings on its back. And it gets closer.
Didn't expect the
it
dragon.
continues
All right.
to unfold and make weird noises that you can't quite comprehend. So at this point, everyone has to roll a sanity check.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I'm thinking that if I roll a policeman for my next character, we can have access to the fire.
Oh, it's awfully convenient.
My next character is the police chief. I'm using this buddy. All right. Sanity roll.
What does a sanity roll mean? Does sanity roll change based on what my sanity was?
Yes.
Because
It calculates things off the value that you have, I think.
I don't actually remember what my sanity originally should start at.
Yeah, actually, feardragon's right. That's a very good point. You didn't
Because
write your
I
sanity
definitely
down.
I think I was in the high 60s.
Yeah, because you were already so low to begin with. Damn.
Yeah.
I haven't failed a sanity roll yet, and I've only lost one from really failing in a conversation.
Yeah.
But I think
You almost
even
a sanity
like,
point from the zombie, right?
You all lost maybe one or two, but only Fear Dragon actually was affected by what he saw.
I thought we did a check.
Yeah.
That we
I think
didn't.
I was around like 65 to 69.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure I got. Actually, I think it was 68 at least because I remember chuckling at 69.
As we all would have.
Epic.
I'll say 65 and roll with it, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe.
Go ahead and go with that. And then Livibee, yeah, go with 90.
Oh.
Maybe. Whoa. Okay.
Wasn't
Does
it
like
rolling,
anything.
To the sanity.
rolling good on sanity checks is actually bad though?
No. So what happens is, yeah, it's a bit complicated, but what happens is, and I'll read this again just to make sure. If you roll over your current sanity, you lose a greater amount of sanity points. If you roll under, you will lose less or none. But the sanity itself is the amount that you would lose is determined by me. So you guys could actually pass, and I'm like, well, too bad. It's actually so totally horrific. Still roll a D1 6 or something like that,
Okay.
which is probably going to happen, to be
Wow.
honest. And then if you lose 5 or more sanity points as a consequence of a single sanity roll, that's when you must roll another roll to determine if you recognize the horrors that you saw. That's when rolling high is bad, because if you actually are like, hey, that's something that's not supposed to be there, you go, oh shit. Whereas if maybe you were a little dumb and you're like, well, that could be anything, then you don't get as bad.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
go ahead and all right, so all of you actually succeeded, which is nice, but because it's actually legitimately a monster. This isn't some humanoid that came at you and you would be able to fend off. This thing is gigantic, and when it goes up on its body, it's like a snake. It just gets taller and more horrific. It's also looking at you and speaking in a language you can't understand, but you get the impression that it's not just sounds. It's not like snake sounds or something. It's actually talking with a language. It's kind of opening its mouth,
God.
which is quite horrific, as one would expect.
Is it Australian? Is that
Yes.
the language it's speaking?
Understand it then.
Luckily,
Yeah.
she's calling you a bunch of cunts and stuff. So
Yeah. It says I'm fucking off to the servo for a durry run. I'm like, what does that mean?
I'll translate for you.
okay.
So all right.
Um,
Okay. Well, this sounds like a run situation. If this is a dragon.
Well, first
Fear
of
dragon.
all, wait. First,
If you
we
want to
have
not run, all yours.
We have to finish the sanity roll stuff because one of you could go insane
Okay.
still.
Okay.
So everyone but Fear Dragon. So Livibee and Maynarde roll 2 1d6s.
Oh shit.
Do I just go roll 1d6?
You can just do it twice, yeah. It's fine. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright. So you lose 6 sanity points. That is over 5.
Oh God.
Livibee, your turn. You rolled 9 sanity loss.
So what happened after you rolled over 5? Or
Yeah.
lost
Well,
over 5 sanity?
first of all, let's finish with you here. You roll 1d6.
I do?
Yeah. Since apparently you were less phased.
Like, yeah, it's a dragon. Whatever. 5.
God.
Okay. Well, understandably, while a lot of you are, well, actually I can't really explain Avocado. Well, all of you have some way of being able to handle all the things you've seen in your life. Avocado's seen kangaroos brutally murdered by other kangaroos and such things. This still is quite different from anything you'd ever expect. Everything just adds to the fear. You realize that it's really dark. You realize that no one else seems to be noticing the lamps falling over or the lights going out or a gigantic snake creature outside their windows. And you realize that it is, in fact, speaking to you in a tongue that you do not understand. All these things combined means that you all now have suffered major emotional trauma. That's what the official term is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Now is when you roll the intelligence rolls. So roll 1d100. Compare it to your intelligence.
So don't I just roll the dice next to my intelligence then?
Oh,
Yeah, I think you can. And
thank
yeah.
God.
Wow. Okay, remember, failing is a good thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really bad.
Livibee!
Holy shit. Thank God.
Okay, all right.
roll
then.
mate.
Hard.
God.
If the roll result is equal to
Too
or
smart,
less than,
guys. Really smart.
you fully understand what has been goes. You fully understand what has been seen and goes temporarily insane. So you and Maynard both roll 1d10.
Oops.
Okay. So Maynard is under my control and temporarily insane for 4 hours. Or sorry,
Holy shit.
Avocado is, and then Maynard is insane for 7 hours.
Okay.
You're not in your right mind. This doesn't mean that I'll always take over your actions, but it means that I will occasionally. And because Avocado rolled such a high intelligence, she was like, this does not compute with my brain. It is now broken. She'll have more things that she'll do without her actual intent in mind. So now you guys can decide what to do.
Well, me and Maynard are both insane at the moment. Temporarily.
Well, you guys are probably just in like complete shock. You actually have, I dare say, even dropped your gun that you had prepped to attack this thing. And Livibee has dropped her avocado.
No! Oh no! Remember where we are, guys. We're gonna have to come back for this.
Can't remember, you're insane.
How far back is the police station?
You guys have probably been talking for like 8 minutes. Talking and walking. So not too far. Theoretically, you could make it back.
If we walk at an average pace, like 2.5 miles
Are
an
you
hour.
mathing this?
He's doing this.
Well,
Can
I'm
I
trying to
just,
figure out what normal run, like approximately how long it would take to get back.
I'm probably just gonna go and assume the fetal position. On the ground.
You assume the fetal position because it's like, what is it? When it's black, fight back. When it's brown, go to the ground or something like that. For bears, right? You go to the fetal position and Maynard puffs himself up, trying to scare the black bear away.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I'm getting Dodge out of here.
You're like, later,
at least-
losers.
You know, take our weapons with you.
Later, crazy.
For your next character.
Well, yeah, hopefully they actually get to run away.
I think I would shout like
Run,
Yes.
motherfuckers!
I would just shout like fuck and
Close enough.
probably like let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd start
Yes.
running back to the police station.
Okay. Hold on, I'm just trying to look up fleeing from combat. It's a thing. Here we go.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So this thing's not exactly like super close to you. As I think I mentioned, it's like 20 feet away, but it's still slithering slowly but surely forward. Not necessarily considering you a threat. It just really enjoys that you guys are terrified of it. So in the span of sanity rolls, maybe it's like 15 feet in front of you. Escaping close combat. Okay, which is both correct. Oh, there's a combat flowchart.
I love flowcharts.
Could really flow with a good shot right now.
Right? Well, I thought there was going to be a whole thing on escaping, but I'm not sure that there is. All right then. Unconscious and death. That might be important. Don't worry about it. Okay. I guess I have to actually make this up on my own. How do you guys escape? Cool. Nothing better than that. So let's look at what you guys got. You guys are pretty insane. John Doe has decided to just run the flip away, which is the correct choice. Since he is sane, we'll say that he does go first in this kind of combat, quote unquote. And he will be rolling, let's say a dexterity to turn on his heels and start running without tripping over himself, which I honestly think there need to be a check on that. He
I'm
succeeds.
pretty good at.
Yeah, he succeeds. He hightails it out of there and starts running away. Maynarde and Livibee's characters are a little more stuck in place. So
See, I don't know if someone in their right mind would have left my avocado behind.
You're not in your right mind.
No, I mean, I'm talking about John Doe.
Oh, yeah, but he's a douchebag.
Yeah, I don't think you guys understand how temporary this whole alliance thing is.
Oh, man. All right. Continue. This
He's
is
a
realistic
lone
now.
wolf, Livy.
I'm going to force you guys to be best
All right,
friends by the end of this.
All right. Fair enough.
All right.
So you guys are a little more insane. Avocado being the most insane, so she'll go last.
That's a shocker.
Yeah. Maynard, why don't you go ahead and roll for... Oh, what is it, actually? We did this last time to see that if you can move. If you can decide your own actions, I think it was.
Was that a dexterity thing?
Maybe it was intelligence.
Was that a sanity thing?
It was a
So
sanity
what, sorry?
thing, yeah. Maybe you just roll sanity. Yeah. I guess go with that. Yeah. Roll sanity.
Yeah, okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, you succeed. Okay, so while you're still absolutely freaking out and you're going to have nightmares for the rest of your life about this thing, you do have it in your headspace to go, okay, fucking run.
Mhm.
Now you
All
can
right,
roll your
yes.
dexterity.
I am going to, if I can, pick up my weapon and leave.
Now you can roll dexterity.
Okay.
If you pick up your weapon, I don't think you can. I'm gonna say
No?
you don't do that unless you got a hard
My-
success. All you're thinking about is that this thing is terrifying. You need to run away.
Oh.
So roll your dexterity to make sure you don't trip over yourself.
Oh.
Oh. Well, coincidentally, you go ahead and trip over the gun that you had just dropped, falling on your face, and roll 1d4.
You accidentally shoot it in the face.
Yeah, and you take 3
Great job.
points of damage as you fall face first onto the pavement.
Good lord.
I'm down at 10.
Now
For the
it's-
record, you have now taken more damage than me.
Ooh.
I've also killed more things.
It's not a contest, you guys.
Yeah.
Calm down. Next up, we have Avocado, who is extremely insane because she fully understood what the hell's happening. So go ahead and try and roll yourself out of me taking control of your character. Roll intelligence, and you need a hard success and above. That is just a success, which isn't,
It's a regular success.
you know, I mean, it's like getting a C. I mean, it's not the best. So I'll call that even like a fail for now. So you go ahead and just stay absolutely still as you watch this thing slither towards you. And now we're into the, by the way, this thing is called, oh, no, actually, I lost it, guys. Tried to look for escaping and I lost it. It's called a slither beast. That's what it's called. It's called a danger noodle.
Slith paste.
It's not called a danger noodle. Although it is quite dangerous. We lost track of
Slither
it.
paste.
You guys don't know what it's called. You call it a
Part of me
lizard.
wants to Google how many hit points it has,
Oh, I mean,
but I'm
I
not going to.
will eventually find it, I'm sure. Just need to keep on scrolling. Keep on going. All right, so you stay stock still. The beast continues to slither forward and is now like it's like 8 feet in front of you and has reared up on its body, I suppose, about maybe like 15 feet up into the air, so it's towering over you. And it chooses to not attack immediately, but to actually say something in its language, which you guys don't understand, but will continue to haunt and ruin your sanity for a few days at least, because it just is that horrifying to listen to. So
Jesus.
back to Amos.
I like how ZombieGrub lets our characters live for a day and then sends in a fucking kaiju. Isn't that great?
Wait, did I just do that and then leave?
No, we didn't leave. No.
Thing is so big, it's almost a zealot from StarCraft 2.
Luckily, it didn't research charge. He'd be dead already.
Yeah.
So
Then we
back
didn't
to Amos. Amos has just like broken his nose on the pavement, falling on very unceremoniously onto the pavement.
Would a broken nose be 3 hit points? Damn.
I mean, 3 out of what? 13 or something?
13, yeah.
That sounds about right.
I guess a broken nose would actually be a third of your
That's pretty
like
painful.
pain threshold,
but
maybe.
not like
Yeah.
you know, just
I have broken my nose like a lot of times, and it is very painful.
not debilitating though. Is the point? Unless you want me to go ahead and just chop off an arm, you think that'd be more fair?
No, I mean, no, I'm good. Thanks,
No,
Keeper.
we've learned.
Take my
Go
broken
for
nose.
the phalanges first.
Okay. Anyways, so you are knocked. I don't want to say you're knocked out. You take a beating to the face. Your nose is broken. The pain shoots through your body, and you realize that you are now down on the ground, face first, and you know that thing is behind you, speaking to you for some unknown reason, and not immediately killing you. So, roll a dexterity to try and get yourself up and out before it does anything more.
Papa needs a new pair of not in front of this monster. Come on. There we go.
All right. I'm really curious when you're going to die tonight. So you succeed. So you actually scramble up, your instincts kick in, and unfortunately you still do not remember to take your gun. As you just take the chance to actually leave. And that's what you choose to do, right? You're just
Yes.
immediately getting out of there. So you choose to leave. And you guys are running. Now, John is probably already like, you know,
It'd be a block away at least.
yeah, exactly. Like a block or two away. Running as fast as he can. Amos is now behind him. Well, I'm going to say right behind him, but not really. But you're on your way out there as well. And now we're down to just Avocado, who is just face to face with this gigantic beast that is talking to her.
Good luck, Livy.
And she is extremely insane. And you still have to roll an intelligence check. I'll make it just a regular success for this one.
At what point also during all this would John realize that nobody's following him?
Well, yeah. It actually depends on you, more so.
Okay.
When do you feel safe? Are you leaving looking back, or are you
rolls,
trying to
Livy.
just bolt as fast as possible?
Thank you.
Okay, so Avocado luckily isn't going to die tonight, maybe, apparently.
Oh, thank God.
Amazing.
She rolls well enough to go ahead and break her out of the lock that she is in mentally. She shakes herself off and takes a step back. Roll a dexterity check. As I assume you're running away, you're going to try and save the Avocado?
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Life's not worth living without it.
Oh,
Oh,
how come
God.
she can save her avocado and I can't save my gun?
I
Hard
mean,
success.
to be honest, I just assumed that you would want to save your life. That you, as Amos, had different priorities in regards to life versus gun. But if I'm wrong, I can
Okay,
definitely
okay.
go back.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I'd rather live.
Listen,
Okay.
you can get guns anywhere within Massachusetts. But here,
Massachusetts.
I
Gun
can't
capital
find
of
avocados.
America.
Oof, yeah, that's my avocados.
Damn it.
Oh, Avocados kicks back into gear, you guys.
Seriously, just break out Cthulhu right now. Like, bring out the end boss. Let's just do it now while she's on a streak.
She has tamed Cthulhu and now rides him like a mount.
She now rides him to complete her travels around the world and uses his mind control powers to become the best artist.
Cthulhu is now one of the fashion models for Avocado's new line of clothes.
Avocado is now worshipped by Cthulhu.
She is the... Oh God. Okay, so you shake yourself out of the daze, and then you very apparently with a lot of grace, you turn around, and you remember to go ahead and pick up that avocado because you rolled so damn high. You don't actually even mess up doing so. You actually just turn around, pick up your avocado, and start running.
Good, good, good. Shoo.
But this thing actually really isn't done with you guys yet. I mean, it was toying with its
Oh.
food before, but, you know, it's like 40 feet long and it slithers. So we're going to go on a chase.
Oh.
Boom. Chase
Cool.
scene. This is when the action music
But-
would start.
I feel like after a block, probably like after, like a block, I feel like John Doe would probably realize that no one was following him.
And then run faster.
Yeah, just wanted to let you guys know he then abandons you. No. And he had his rifle out from before, so I think around that time he'd look back and it's pretty dark, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Cool,
I mean, as
but
far as you've actually, I mean, it's probably hard to see the monster by now. You can maybe make out Amos.
It's like 40 feet tall, you said it, right?
Yeah, but it's breaking.
It's-
It's 11 p.m. and it's breaking down light bulbs posts.
It's risen up to about 15 feet, but as it starts to chase after you guys, it does kind of slink down, back down. But it is kind of far away, and it's not girthy. So
Nice.
it could be hard to see. I mean, maybe you do see it.
As an excellent marksman, what would you say? What would you describe my chances of trying to hit this thing at my current range would be?
You would need an extreme success on whatever you rolled, man.
Okay.
You're gonna try it.
Go, Robbie, go.
What have I got to lose?
Take the shot.
Well, please don't critically fail. I think we all know what's gonna happen if you do.
Robbie's making a new character.
No,
Or
what are
Maynarde
you
is.
your character?
No.
In roll 20, would I just straight roll? No, I have to roll the marksman. Hold on. I remember now.
Oh, I forgot
Hold
what
on.
it's called.
Regular success.
Regular success.
Okay, yeah, you take a shot, and I mean it's a good shot, but it still misses. Sorry.
Well, then it's not a good shot, is it?
At least we're not dead.
Yeah, I was
John
gonna
Doe just kind
say
of thinks
That's a
like,
win.
could be worse.
okay, I tried, and just keeps running.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, this thing is called a hunting horror.
Oh, I thought it was a slithering something.
Cool.
No, that was just me making up a name.
Oh, cool.
I like that. It was really
They're
cool.
also. Actually, I'll keep that in the pocket for suspense. So it wouldn't be a
good lord, that
surprise right
image.
here. Yeah. So it's quite scary. It's good. It's good stuff. Let's see here. I'm trying to tell you how much health it has. I don't think it's that simple.
Usually, we're not told
Well,
things like usually, but
I
that's
found it.
like not that's not Call of Cthulhu. Maybe that's different.
no, I found it. But you're right. I'm not going to tell you. Just know that it is. It's scary. Oh my god.
I googled imaged it. It's pretty terrifying.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh yeah. Okay, then great. Yeah. Okay. So it starts running after you. Well, slithering after you. Which now we get into a chase scene, which apparently is an Arkham specific thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys actually have move rates. Believe it or not, we're actually going to use that apparently.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You guys are barely faster, let's say, than it. And as such, Constitution roll. Aha, okay, that makes sense. Oh. Aha. I see. Fun. Okay. right, so what's going to happen here is that you all have move rates, and we're going to roll Constitution rolls to see if you lose a movement rating or you gain a movement rating, or nothing.
It's okay.
Yeah, and you know, the more you roll poorly, the closer that thing is going to go ahead and just jump on you.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, succeed is
Constitution
no
roll?
movement range. That's a regular success. You only gain a movement if you do an extreme success. So no change, and
Oh no, Maynard.
you get one less movement.
Why do I even have stats in this game? Like,
It has been rather tough on you.
Oh, the dice are just not friends with me.
Not so much.
No, it's so
What's
good.
happening is you just have lag and latency from Australia.
Just so weird because Livibee
But I'm
is.
from Arkansas.
Yeah,
So all your
Avocado's-
reaction times are slower.
So I changed my move rate to 8.
Yes. Which
Okay.
Permanently.
you're still not permanently. You're still outpacing the thing. And you actually had a head start anyways, so you're still good. But you realize that maybe it's been a while since you had to chase someone. You know, mostly you've been dealing with like close combat and like punchies.
I have been smoking a lot.
Yeah, you
since we-
smoke. It's
Right.
an excellent
Yeah.
point. Which is not what you used to be.
Yeah.
You're not in your 20s anymore.
Nope.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Now feardragon again he's made a little bit of distance, but it's slowly decreasing because he took the shot, but he goes back to running. You do have a choice to either continue running, and you're maybe like one more roll after this to the police station, or you can try and hide.
How good of a look did I get at this thing? Not very good.
Oh no, it was like 20 feet in front of you when you decided to book it, so
Okay.
decent look.
Did I notice if it had eyes or a nose?
No, because we know it has eyes, but they're very, very, very tiny. And what you saw mostly was that it had like a mandible and it had like wigglies outside of its face.
Okay. I'm not going to make any guesses about how it detects things. So, hiding, I'm just going to assume, based on general animal stuff, could go very, very poorly. So, I think I would keep booking it.
Okay. So go ahead, or well, let's say that was your constitution roll for this one. You had such a head start. Okay, so this thing chases after you, and since it's the beast, I'm not even going to bother rolling for its movement speed. But I'm going to do a keeper thing here and roll a dice to see how mean I am to you guys.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Isn't it fun, you guys? It's fun. Is it slash roll 1d 100?
Slash roll.
Okay.
Space 1D, whatever.
Wait, is that me? Why does it say avocado?
That was avocado.
Oh, in the bottom right, it says...
Oh, as avocado.
Pick it.
Oh, so that was me.
Oh,
That
so that
was
was
me.
you. You rolled 6.
I rolled a 6. You know that means that it's good in this game. Don't
You should, by the way, change yours to say
I did.
DM or whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, you guys. Here's the surprise.
Is it
Here it
lower,
comes.
better, or worse for us?
Lower is worse for you guys,
Oh.
but better for me if I'm thinking I'm the monster.
Should we like demand a reroll?
You were probably properly registered as the GM. Cheater. Yeah. Okay, so here's a surprise, you guys. It sees that most of you are starting to outpace it, and it gets a little angry. So it does a great old cry, and it starts to slither upwards, and upwards, and upwards, until it actually starts flapping those wings. And now it is much faster, as it's chasing you by flying. And it's catching up to you guys. Roll a
Me no
constitution.
gusta.
You know what they say. You don't have to be faster than the lion. You
No,
just have to be
man.
faster
I'm the
than
last
this
gazelle.
gazelle.
Yeah, you guys can also like you don't have to just roll the constitution. Like this is still you can still make decisions if you have any other ideas, but if you are just continuing to run, keep rolling Constitution rolls.
I would take shots at it if you let me get my gun and keep it.
I
But
said we could go
unfortunately, I
back
think
and
that,
do it.
Yeah, to the monster. It's like, I mean, if you wanted to jump into the cliff, off the cliff into a spike pit, you're allowed to. It's okay.
Just saying, if Livibee hadn't rolled an extreme success, she'd probably be dead right now.
No!
You picked
Thank
an avocado
God.
over your
Went
life.
for an avocado. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Okay, fair.
Okay.
Oh, geez, what can I do?
So
I am gonna try and hide. Actually, like
Okay.
maybe down an alleyway or something like that. I don't know what my hiding options are. Do I need to spot hidden, or is it something I can spot because I'm on the run? I have a pretty okay stealth rating.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that you don't need to spot hidden, but do roll an intelligence check or a sanity check. I don't want to keep saying intelligence. Ooh, that's my bad.
Sanity. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Hard success.
Okay. Yeah, so you still have it within your sanity, within your mind, to go ahead and start looking for actual options as opposed to just like, oh my god, this thing's gonna kill me. So you look around, and it's a city. It's the same city you had just been around. In fact, you're going the same direction. You started walking. So you notice alleyways and buildings with doors and windows, just not necessarily any of them open. No lights are on or anything like that. And other than that, nothing in particular. Just a lot of Main Street type shops, very closely packed together.
So no alleyway, no nothing. It's just like a bunch of shops and windows and stuff.
No, there
No-
is
no
alley-
lights
There are
on.
alleyways. Didn't I
Oh,
say
there are
that
alleyways.
first? Yeah, there are alleyways. And then
Yeah, I mean, this thing is clearly outpacing us, and I want to cut into the hiding mode. So I want to try hide in a dark corner away from its vision.
okay. So you take a turn to one of the alleyways, which obviously stops you from running away from it. And you turn into the alleyway. Go ahead and roll a stealth.
With pleasure.
God! Pleasure? Was it with pleasure?
Okay, so she, or no, not she. The monster, it is paying attention to Avocado, who is the most, the closest person in its vision, but it kind of noticed that you were slowing down a bit previously. Like, you actually had, your constitution was failing you, but then you also slowed down a little bit more to turn into an alleyway. But it's not going to do anything about it right now. So let's say you were about,
What is it, fucking with me?
Well, it
like
was maybe like you were 20 feet away when he turned sharply in, and Livy's like only like 15 feet away. So like she's actually right behind you almost. From the monster that is, it's starting to gain on you. But it is still noticing that it might gain speed on Avocado, so it's a little preoccupied.
Okay, so I needed to do something in order to get out of this way.
Yeah. Well, first roll Constitution, unless you try and go with Maynarde to stealth.
Nah, because Maynard's already given it away.
So you're gonna have to roll Constitution no matter what else you choose to do.
Ooh.
Ooh, she failed. Okay, so -1 movement. It gets a little bit closer to you.
What?
Oh, gee.
I mean, if there
I'm
was,
so confused. She's failing rolls.
Doesn't make sense.
she succeeded
know what?
extremely like 6 times. So
Here's the problem: is that Livibee is set to Livibee and not set to Avocado.
Oh, you know,
She was
I
set to Avocado for the earlier one, so
Yeah,
that's why you're not getting lucky rolls.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I changed it back to
Clearly.
avocado, by the way.
even chat's agreeing. Okay, so yeah, that it just reduces your movement, but you can still make a decision.
Okay, I'm gonna jump into the dumpster. No, into the drain pipe.
Oh, I was like,
The sewer,
was it
the
dumpster?
sewer pipe.
Okay, into the sewer. So you're gonna take a moment and lift the manhole cover
Oh lord!
and
I'm really
jump
strong. I
in.
work out.
Well, luckily we have a strength check.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead
I'm
and
really
roll
shocked.
that.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So apparently your frail little arms on this potato
Right?
sack actually find a manhole cover that you're able to lift, and I mean, it's still a slow process. It's still pretty heavy for you, but you do kind of start to go, yeah, just set it over, and then I assume you kind of, I mean, do you take any time to look down and see what's do you jump in? Do you go down the ladder? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna, ease myself down with my arms.
Okay.
So I don't, fall into spikes. I can feel around with my feet before I touch the ground.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, the point is, as long as you're out of its sight, right?
Yeah.
So you choose to do this kind of cautiously after moving the manhole, and this thing's not too far behind you, even though you were at an okay speed. You had slowed down, then you stopped. So you start to carefully kind of go down, and that's when it actually tries to kind of, well, I guess lean. This thing actually kind of has an awkward movement. It tries to lean and like actually hit you with its tail, which is kind of coming from behind on a momentum. So go ahead and... Ooh, I don't even know. Roll like a... Ooh. Would this be a luck thing? This might be a luck thing.
Luck?
I'm seeing if its accuracy is decent enough, plus the amount of time it needs to actually bring its tail around, because it's like 40 feet, right?
Oh shit.
I don't have any luck.
This is
currently
our first
set.
luck roll.
I know, right? Well, yeah, because that's also the complication, is that
much
Livy
luck do I
didn't
have?
put down a luck, even though it was probably another character sheet.
I remember my luck.
Well,
Do
it's
you?
on-
What
it's-
is it?
It's there.
100?
Mine is 45. It was underneath hit points, I think, on the roll 20.
It is, yeah, but she doesn't.
Oh.
I didn't input it because she didn't have it told to me, and I forget how
Yikes.
you get luck. Determined. So, I think I'll go with something else. You know what? Actually, I know what to do. I'm not going to even make you roll. I'm going to make the monster roll. As GM. No cheating accusations. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Wait, did I do that right? What is it? Roll. 1d100.
There's also a luck roll in the character creation.
Oh, I don't know why that didn't work.
So if Livy didn't have one at all,
She could make one, I know, but I didn't want to go scroll through everything.
I found it. If you are curious how it's made.
No, I think this
Well,
makes
you
more
see,
sense.
I was brought up in like the desert of Australia, and I was raised by kangaroos. So you think I would be really strong?
Oh yeah, the strength thing. Yeah, that's fine. But so this thing just rolled to attack you, basically. It's called a tail tentacle. Sorry,
A tail tentacle?
that's what it's called. It's its attack.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
Sounds good.
this is where I guess Livibee would now roll a dexterity check to see if she dodges out of the way, goes down the manhole.
Oh,
in
I'm
time.
dodging.
Oh, she dodging. She weaving.
I bobbed and weaved that tail tentacle.
Is that how that works when you're actually going up against each other? This might actually be different. I found out that we were perhaps doing it a bit incorrectly before, so let's look for combat, and then that is dodging. If the attacker achieves a higher level of success, they deal damage. If the defender achieves a higher level of success, they take no damage. The attacker achieved a higher level of success by rolling lower. So actually, even though success says you succeeded, you didn't.
No.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a bit of damage as you're knocked into the sewer instead of, calmly descending.
Okay.
And hold on, I'm looking for the 1D. How do you bookmark in this stupid program? PDFs are stupid. Okay. Oh, damage 1d6. Oh my good lord. Oh Jesus. Oh,
Ooh,
it's not
what?
just 1d6. It's 1d6 plus damage bonus.
Because
Bye,
it's
Livy.
a tail tentacle. No.
See what happens here, ZombieGrub, is when you start a campaign, you don't bring an end boss.
Oh, you think this is an end
Right.
boss.
We're gonna all have like less than 1 HP when we face Cthulhu.
You guys are gonna have one less than 1 HP.
She's like, in your first day of Dungeons and Dragons campaign, you have found a mind flayer. Roll initiative. I'm like, oh my god.
How many health points do you
It's a-
have, Livibee?
It's a green
12.
dragon with mind control. Good
You're
luck,
12.
adventurers.
Oh my god, do I actually want to kill you? Hold on here.
No, you definitely do not.
Maybe it's like a
I just got my avocado back.
maybe it's a babby danger noodle.
So, Maynard, we should start planning what we're gonna do and how we're gonna meet up with Amanda when Avocado's dead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay. This, he's a major wound. Okay. Damn.
Don't kill me, please.
Okay, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. You might just be unconscious though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Don't worry about it. But this was the bonus damage.
Jesus!
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you are knocked down to 0 health points.
That is double my hit.
So we have a monster that can one-shot all of us. Seems good.
It could half shot me actually with that damage.
You have 32 hit points?
Yeah, wait, what's that?
No, half shot, as in it would have
Oh.
doubled.
Oh,
my
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Oh, it would have overkilled you. Yeah, right.
Okay, so you are knocked unconscious, luckily for you. It doesn't kill you, but you are knocked unconscious into a sewer.
Oh man, I wish I didn't go down the sewer drain.
It was a good
guys.
risk. It was a good risk. If you hadn't rolled, it's a bit better right there. Would have been all right. All right, so that happened. Now, as it's done with you, it felt a solid connection. It feels good about itself. It's gonna go back and tell Papa Cthulhu did a good job. It's now gonna look for Maynarde, as it noticed.
And I've just been rolling so well, so I'm looking forward to my turn, guys. I mean, I guess I run still, right? Trying to run and hide again.
Yeah.
Because there's no fighting this thing, not without my weapon.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can roll a Constitution check again.
All right, Constitution. Is it Constitution that I'm after, not Dexterity, right?
Yeah, you're just running to see if you're still out pacing it as it turns on.
Oh,
you.
cool, a 91. Yeah.
So you go a little bit slower.
Oh my god.
What up?
You go a little bit slower, which what move points you're at now? 7, I think.
8. Now I'm at 7.
Yeah,
Hey,
7.
so can we push these rolls?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
So I'm
think
at 7 now.
Yes, you're at 7. Like,
Right.
like you push yourself and then your lungs like collapse or something. I don't know.
If my lungs collapse, I feel like my remove rate would be pretty bad.
Yeah. So now you can also try and stealth check.
I'm trying. Oh my god, please. Jesus!
I was so
Looks like
willing.
Maynard's dying.
I've rolled over 90 like 7 times today.
Okay. Hold on. This
I'm the
one-
anti-Livy.
Hold on. This
I'm
one's
actually the
quick,
least lucky
right?
person in this whole fucking campaign.
Hold on.
Oh, this game is so stupid. Oh my god.
Maynard. This one.
Yeah.
I think you can push this one, right?
Yes.
Because this
Do I want to push it though?
Okay, so here's the thing. All right, think of it from this perspective. That thing can one-shot you.
That is a good point. I'm pushing it. Okay. I'm pushing it.
It's.
God!
Oh, God damn it.
Robbie, what have you done?
What have you done?
Character. Kill it. Kill my character.
John Doe is safely at the
I deserve
police
to be
station
alive.
right now.
I don't deserve to live in this world where people roll lower than 90. I can't live in
Oh
this
my
world where
God.
people roll lower than 90. It just doesn't exist. I can't do it.
Oh, 1 second.
Fuck this fucking
So-
game, dude. I wish this
Amos-
was a card game. I can actually win card
You
games.
know
Dice
how
no.
well you'd be doing so well in
getting-
normal Dungeons and Dragons right now.
It was
You'd
getting
be
I'd
hot
be
in
doing
here.
great.
Dungeons and
I'd
Dragons
be
right now.
really well.
Think of how many critical roles you would have gotten in D&D right now.
And here I was like, hey, I'm a HP Lovecraft fan. It seems like a great idea. Shit, man. Should have just been a fucking elf.
Okay, so you are running slowly and on cobbled streets and in a place you don't, we're really familiar with. So initially you start making mistakes like, kind of crushing cans and glass and making a lot of noise because you fumbled on a stealth check, not like a dexterity check or something like that.
No.
But still, it slowly devolves into actually like tripping over cans, tripping over cats, tripping over anything that makes a lot of noise. Maybe like a child's like play like rattle thing. Somehow you step on that, it makes all the noise in the world. And you have just brought the attention on yourself so that this thing, which was initially going to have some trouble perhaps finding you in like the narrow alleyways because it can't really chase you, now just rears itself up and looks down on you from like 20 feet above. And is like,
Take me from this world. Take me. Take me.
oh lordy. And yeah. Okay.
I'm like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the first Men in Black movie.
yes.
You ever seen that? The first Men in Black movie?
Mhm.
At the end where Tommy Lee Jones is just jumping up and down going, eat me!
Yeah,
That's me
yeah.
right now.
You're
To the
like
big
stomping on
cockroach.
cockroaches. You're
Eat
killing
me!
lizards as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's gosh, I didn't expect so many people to die today. It looks
I'm
down
not
on
dead,
you.
I'm unconscious.
But it does have okay, but there is one thing that's different. You are in like cobblestones, like houses, you're between them, right? So this alleyway is not huge, and despite it not being a very girthy monster, it still is too girthy to actually enable itself through. The best it can really do is try and get its tail in there with its tail swipes. So it kind of has to like almost rear itself up and then like swing forward or flip over and like swing backward. Very
Well, that's up to
awkward.
the monster how it wants to hit me.
With your up or
I've
down.
run out of my ability to do things.
So it's very awkward. So as it tries to hit you, go ahead and roll. What did we do with Livibee again? Literally the same thing's supposed to happen.
She did a dexterity for dodge.
Right, yeah, okay. Yes, yeah, exactly.
All right, here comes a 99.
Which, wait
Ready?
a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh, we actually have to go back here.
Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
Am I
Hold
not unconscious?
I mean, I would, be like, whatever, but you guys, you're having some trouble here. So, you guys actually have a dodge. That's actually a skill. And dodge is half of your dexterity. Nope, that actually makes it harder.
Huh.
Not easier. That's my bad. I thought I had something for you guys, but I was wrong.
Oh.
That's my bad.
I'm still unconscious.
Yeah, because this is like a 33 or something like that if you round up, I suppose, on Amos. And then, Avocado, do you happen to have dodge? Nope.
I have dodge. It's a 33.
If you can dodge
Well-
a wrench, you can dodge a tentacle.
Yeah, I just put in half of your dexterity. 'Cause that's what it says to do. If you had dodge, you would have like extra points added on it.
Oh, you can have a separate ability?
No, you
Is
just
that right?
like it's the default is half your dexterity, which is why it's blank until you input it yourself.
Okay.
Because it's not a base; it's just based off another stat.
So which am I rolling here?
You would have rolled. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So now, gosh, I mean, it makes it even harder, which I don't want to do. So we're still gonna go with dexterity.
If I'm rolling terribly, I
Well,
I have to eventually get punished for it.
there's complications to this, so go ahead and roll your dexterity.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
What color is that? Next result.
So
What color is that?
not only does it kind of have to like rear itself up and like do stuff, like you are also not being stealthy, but you are actually still running and still capable of deciding how to dodge. You also are covered partially by the buildings. So as it slams that tail down to try and squish you, basically, it actually comes into contact more so with the building. So right behind you, just a huge portion of this building, the wall just comes crumbling down behind you, which you hear more than you see because you're still running for your life. And the thing lets out a very frustrated yell. So now, does feardragon have anything to do this turn?
Am I at the police station?
So it missed me?
It
Is that
missed
what
you.
you're saying?
Yeah, you were
Oh my
fine.
God.
You are not dead or unconscious.
Oh my god.
Am I at the police station yet?
I'm gonna say yeah. I mean, this thing's preoccupied, so you have made it safely. You could even go on a brisk walk if you wanted to, and it'll be fine.
Okay. Do I still see it?
Yes. Well, now it's more so just like it's illuminated by any moon whatsoever up in the air. It's flying, and you can see every dimension of it, and it's huge.
Okay. So do I see anyone like visibly right outside the police station or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
I get up pretty close to the police station. If I had any silencer or whatever, like anything that would muffle the sound of my rifle,
You wanna find a
take it off.
silencer?
Nah, sorry.
Like, what
I don't
silences
think
a
that there
rifle?
was. I didn't think there was.
Like
Anyway,
a
sorry.
1920s rifle.
Yeah. So I try and get up nice and close. And just to confirm before I do this, if I fire this right outside the police station, somebody gonna hear it, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I take aim at the beast and fire it off from right outside the police station, hoping that people inside will notice, come outside, and see a giant motherfucker.
Okay, so you take a shot.
This is one of the smartest things that feardragon's actually ever done in this campaign.
Excuse you.
It's true. Go ahead and roll for a chance to hit it, I suppose. You need to like extreme success. But it's possible.
I want it to be noted that this rifle is supposed to have a really good range.
Okay. Make it a hard success.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
Oh, but you didn't do it.
Oh.
Look,
So close.
it was possible.
It was possible. It was possible. So you shoot
Can
it.
Can I push that?
No. This is something else that I made a mistake on last time with combat.
Oh no, you said I couldn't actually last time. I do
yeah.
remember
I
that.
think I figured that we couldn't do anything with combat.
Okay.
So no.
Okay.
You have to wait another turn to take another shot. And boy. Okay.
Fine.
But it makes a huge noise. And we're outside the police station, so immediately after that, like 10 police officers come flooding out of the police station, screaming basically who shot that and holding their guns and looking, well, finding you and then immediately pointing their guns at you and yelling like, who are you? What did you do that? Why are you shooting? What are you shooting? And then as they're all yelling different questions, they kind of look to what you shot and, oh, there's like a thing in the sky. It's like pretty big. And, well, understandably, they all would lose sanity points as well.
Oh no.
Oh my god, no.
Nice.
Oh my god, I'm literally gonna create an army of
cultists.
Oh shit.
No. I was just kidding.
Oh my God.
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 I'm not gonna put everything towards you guys. I mean, maybe later.
We're now fighting the police and the monster.
But they are stupefied. They are certainly stupefied. They kind of start to lower their guns.
Stupefy.
Yeah. If only you had a Avocado. The police chief walks out as well as he was staying there late and goes like, what the fuck? And then looks at the thing and says the exact same thing. What the shit? And since he is an NPC and I can do whatever I want with him, he does not have a moment of weakness like you guys did and immediately shouts to everyone to run forward and start shooting at the monster. Which only a few actually even do, as the rest are kind of stupefied, but he does run forward. Now, as they start to make a commotion, they are all running forward, they're all lining up shots, some people even taking premature shots just out of desperation. The beast, having missed its chance to kill Amos and now seen by the population, cries out and starts to almost like turn around towards them as if it's going to take on this police force, which it probably could. It would probably win. But instead, it turns like a full 180 here and then starts to go back the direction it came from. And Amos lives. Amos lives.
Wow.
Do we know what's in that direction?
No.
Geographically?
Geographically, it was coming the direction from the river. So it was coming from where you guys were at the mansion.
Oh.
Yeah, so you guys walked to the police station, then you started walking back to the mansion, and then the thing came towards you. So it was coming from the river, which is where the mansion is.
Awesome.
And that's that. It's been slightly over 3 hours, guys. So
Oh yeah.
we might have to figure out what happens to Avocado in the
Yep.
sewer.
Please
next time.
end this camp. Please end this podcast so I can
Avocado's
get my
dead.
roll luck
Let's
back.
just retire to the hotel.
Wait a second.
Yes,
I don't want to die. Can you come and save me, please?
yes. I would, of course, after this thing retreats, tell the policeman, like, I saw some people that I have no idea who they were, but they were attacked, and I saw them there and there.
I say,
And
yeah.
So policemen would hopefully go help them.
And someone runs down and sees the manhole covers off and looks down and sees the crumpled body of Avocado. And let's just say for the, I guess it actually differs from sewer to sewer. Not that I know a lot about sewers, but let's just say for this one that there was a cement block that you stepped on before stepping into the sewer water, so she's not drowning herself and dying.
Oh, thank God.
So she's just a crumpled mess on that cement block. And he shouts over to bring some people and get him out. So that's where we'll leave it. Avocado's not dead. Neither is Amos. They are both tragically scarred. Avocado both mentally and physically.
You're so kind to me. I rolled a 91, a 96, and then an 85.
Well, the better option, honestly, if we're if we're out of the scenario now, if we're out of the campaign, the better option for sure was to try and hide in the alleyways, try and take advantage of the fact.
Wasn't I
that it was
trying to
really-
do that? Wasn't I doing that?
Yeah, and that was the better option, which is why you didn't take any damage. Because it was so
okay.
it was so big and large, it was gonna have trouble finding you or attacking into you without making a lot of commotion.
Oh.
So
Just want to say, seems like the best option was just to get out of there and not fuck up running.
well, it's not that they fucked
running's
up running.
easier for some of us than others.
They fucked up keeping their minds, keeping their wits
Yeah,
about
but you
them.
failed the intelligence roll, so you didn't suffer temporary insanity.
That's
Yeah.
why you were able to escape faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
You
had to
shit
have
heel.
extreme success
Shithead.
in my intelligence roll. Oh,
And that's that, guys.
All right.
All right.
Good hustle,
Everyone
everyone.
lived for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by and watching the epic tales of these investigators. We'll be back in 2 weeks unless we have anything happening. Well, actually, I think we do have something that would complicate that, but we'll figure that out and try and tweet out the next date. What's up, feardragon?
Did anyone keep track of the rolls we did?
yeah, they're in there.
That's true.
They are
They're
in
in our log
here.
right now.
We do have a
I
history.
mean, Maynard
right
can just
there.
assume he just rolled, fail and everything and not make any tally.
Yeah.
I succeeded a couple things. Okay. Well, there's a lot of red in my match history. There are some greens.
I also want it on record that I now have the highest hit points of everyone.
Well, it's easier to be higher than 0.
Cut himself to lose one of those hit points.
Hold up. Do you have more than 10 hit points?
Wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I guess you
Maynard
did
took
dodge,
damage.
right?
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, nice thing you brought up that didn't matter.
I don't even have it then.
Hmm.
God.
I can still eat more Big Macs than you, Maynard.
Oh no! All
When
right, guys.
I reach my weight loss goals, I'm gonna undo it all in this competition. You're gonna look so foolish.
We are ending it, guys. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to you guys for stopping by. Make sure to follow everyone on their respective channels and Twitters, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.